Milwaukee Brewers baseball is on the air. Milwaukee Brewers baseball on WTMJ Radio. Brought to you by Mott's Paint. Mott's makes it better to make it easier for you. By Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. Since 1844, the quality has always come through. By Chevrolet. Like baseball, hot dogs, and apple pie, Chevy is an American favorite. Test drive America's largest family of small cars. Nobody has a lineup like Chevy. By Champion Spark Plugs. Champion reminds you the fresher your plugs, the better your mileage and performance. So fill her up with Champion. By Alice Chalmers. By your Wisconsin Credit Union. By Oscar Mayer. By Wisconsin Master Charge. By Ozark Airlines. And by Groff's Beverages.
With you once again from County Stadium in Milwaukee. We're getting ready for the second game of the doubleheader today. The Brewers beat the White Sox 7-1 in the opener. The Parrish brothers are entertaining between games of the doubleheader on Country Western Day at County Stadium. And they are about to conclude their performance here this afternoon, and then we'll be getting the second game underway. The Parrish brothers, Floyd, Curtis, Boy, and Odell. We'll be back with the lineups for the batting orders for the second game after this message on the Brewer Radio Network.
Say, Merle, picture what you'll look like in 5 years.
Why did you have to bring that up? I hate to think about that. Well, realistically, I guess maybe a little thinner on the top and thicker around the middle.
All right. Now picture what the exterior of your house will look like in 5 years.
Oh, I really hate to think of that one, Bob.
Well, why not give it a coat of Mott's exterior latex house paint this summer? Mott's exterior house paint has been put to some of the toughest tests ever. It'll keep its beauty and durability for years and years. And in most cases, one coat of Mott's exterior latex provides excellent protection.
Mott's exterior latex. That sounds good to me, but I think you're getting me into a lot of work. But tell me, what do you think you're going to look like in 5 years?
Well, I'll probably look the same, Merle. Unchanged, no different, just as handsome. I'm ageless, and probably with a coat of exterior latex right now, I'll last forever.
I think I've touched a tender spot.
And what makes it better to make it easy for you?
And now with the lineups of the batting orders for the second game. Here's Bob. Okay, Merle, thank you very much. The Brewers, after a sweep in the doubleheader, they stopped the White Sox in Game 1 by a score of 7-1 as Moose Haas went the distance to record his 9th win of the year against 8 losses. And the loss in Game 1 went to Ken Kravick. His record goes to 7 wins against 6 losses. In Game 2, it's going to be left-hander Bill Travers for Milwaukee. And making his first appearance in a White Sox uniform, he was acquired the other day from the Chicago Cubs on Friday, right-hander Steve Rinko. The starting lineups in Game 2, newly acquired Don Kessinger, who spent many years on the other side of Chicago, on the north side for the Cubs, makes his first appearance today in a White Sox uniform. He is playing at second base. Alan Bannister will be at shortstop, batting second. Hitting third and playing in right field, Richie Zisk. Lamar Johnson, the DH, will bat cleanup. Playing third base and batting in the number 5 position, Eric Satterholm. Chet Lemon plays in center field and bats sixth. Wayne Nordhagen will be in left field, batting seventh. Playing first base and hitting eighth, Jim Spencer. And batting number 9, doing the catching, Brian Downing. Steve Rinko, in his first outing for the White Sox, the 32-year-old right-hander was acquired by the White Sox on August 18th from the Cubs for pitcher Larry Anderson, former Brewer right-hander. With the Cubs, Rinko had a 2-win, 2-loss record. His best year with the Montreal Expos. Matter of fact, he broke into the major leagues with the Expos in 1969. He won 15 games in 71 for Montreal. The Brewers take the field, and we're about set for game 2. Set the Brewers defensively for you. In the outfield, Money, Joshua, and Wolford left to right. On the infield, Bando at third, Robin at short, Sakata at second, Cooper at first base. Larry Haney is catching in game 2, and left-hander Bill Travers will pitch for Milwaukee, making his 13th start of the year and his first against the White Sox. Lifetime against Chicago, he has won 3 and lost 3. Back with the start of game 2 after this word on the Brewer Radio Network.
Bob, did you know that carrying a Wisconsin Master Charge card is one of the safest things you can do?
Safe it is, Merle. It's much safer than carrying cash.
Now, if your wallet or purse is lost or stolen, all your cash is gone.
If the same thing happens with your Master Charge card, the most you could ever lose is $50.
And as soon as you report your Master Charge card lost or stolen, you're protected against any further loss.
Get your Master Charge card today and carry it wherever you go. It's safe, so you can really relax.
On Decker beer. You may not have heard of it yet, but you will. On Decker. You may not think a beer this expensive could be worth the extra money, but you will. On Decker. Costly ingredients, patient aging. You don't know what a difference that makes, but you will. On Decker. The most expensive taste in beer. If you haven't tried it yet, you will.
Joe Brinkman will call balls and strikes in game 2. Steve Palermo at third, Nestor Shylock at second base, and Rich Garcia will call him at first. Don Kessinger, a switch hitter in his first appearance in a White Sox uniform, all set to lead it off here. First inning, game 2. Travers set to work. Here's Merle.
Thank you, Bob. And the first pitch of the ball game is hit into the air into right field, and Jim Wolford backs up and makes the catch for out number 1. So 35-year-old Don Kessinger has made his debut in the American League. On a fly ball to right, he is gone. Here's Alan Bannister. Bannister went 1 for 3 in the opener. 3 home runs, 54 runs batted in. He came into the doubleheader hitting at .298. 1 out, nobody on. Brewers a victor by a 7-1 score in the opening game. Minnesota's beating Baltimore 8-5 in the 7th. Here's the pitch, and it's in there for a strike around the knees. The ball's 1 strike. Kansas City and Boston tied at 3 in the 7th. Travers delivers. Bannister looks at a strike. 0-2. So the White Sox have dropped out of a tie with second place. Texas into third place in the Western Division after losing to the Brewers in the opener. Here's a ball outside. 1-2. So Texas is now in second by percentage points over the White Sox. And all this is pending the outcome of the Boston-Kansas City game. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fly ball into left field. Don Money off to his left under the ball, pulls it down. 2 away. Next, Richie Zisk. The right fielder got the color in the opener. In fact, Haas struck him out twice. Zisk was on 1 time by a walk in the first inning. Then 2 strikeouts and a ground ball. He came into the doubleheader hitting at .316. He has 26 home runs and 84 runs batted in. Travers, the easy motion. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. They play this to the left and deep. Here's the pitch, and it is a fastball for a strike, whipped over the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Manny Minoso is coaching at first base. Bobby Kiddoff at third. Travers wheels the 1-1 pitch toward the plate. This jumps on it, pops it high into short right field. Wolford has lost his cap, but not the ball. He's got it. 1-2-3 in the first inning for the White Sox. So at the end of a half inning, Chicago nothing, and the Brewers come to bat on the Brewer Radio Network.
In case you haven't looked at a calendar lately, winter's going to be on us before you know it, or want it. And the colder it gets, the harder it gets for your car to start up every morning. That's where a fresh set of Champion spark plugs come in. Because the fresher your plugs, the surer your start. So this winter, don't let your old spark plugs leave you in the cold. Fill her up with Champions, world's #1 seller.
The first inning, Von Joshua leads off for the Brewers against Steve Rinko, then Jim Walford and Cecil Cooper. Rinko, the one-time quarterback at the University of Kansas, in his debut in the American League. Big guy. The defensive alignment for Chicago, Nordhagen is in left field. Lemon is in center, Zisk in right, Soderholm at third base, Bannister at short, Kessinger at second, and Spencer at first, and Downing is catching. And Von Joshua batting .266 for the year, comes up to lead off for the Brewers. 6 homers, 41 runs batted in for Josh. Rinko is from Kansas City. He is all set to go. He's 6'6" and 226 pounds. A big one. Boy, that uniform makes him look even bigger. Here comes the pitch to Joshua outside high, ball one. Looks like he just got off the set from the Munsters television show with that uniform on. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Swung on, foul, back into play. But it's a ball and a strike. If you just joined us, the Brewers won the first game 7-1 behind Moose Highs. And the Brewers nailed the White Sox for 6 runs in the 4th inning. Kenny McMullen had a 2-run homer in the frame. Walford had a solo homer in the 3rd. Here's the swing and a foul back upstairs. One ball and 2 strikes. Rinko pumps and throws outside the ball. Screwball turned it over. It's all even now, 2-2. The outfield is playing Joshua to slice the ball toward left or left center. Rinko's 2-2 pitch, and Josh fouls it back into the screen, and the count stays the same. Toronto and California are getting ready to go in their ball game out in Anaheim. Detroit is playing at Seattle. Cleveland at Oakland. New York is at Texas tonight. Here's the pitch to Joshua. Foul upstairs. It'll stay the same. Going into the baseball action today, in the last 5 days, or 5 games, the American League Western Division has had 4 different teams in first place. Kansas City is the latest, and the Royals are still there this afternoon. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Joshua. Bouncing ball, foul, first base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Spencer at first, playing deep behind the bag, off the line. Kessinger at second, playing to the edge of the grass for Joshua. Now the 2-2 pitch, and he started to go, and he held up on a check swing, and the pitch was low. Ball 3 and strike 2. Jimmy Bragan is coaching at third, and Hondo is at first for the Brewers. Three balls, 2 strikes. Now the target goes up, and here comes the payoff pitch. Check swing foul off to the left. Boyd Rinko has thrown a lot of pitches to the first batter. A lot of pitches. 3-2. Full count. We'll have station identification for you shortly. Now the payoff pitch. Foul back this way. Look out. It's still 3-2. Ball landing up here in the radio TV deck. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Joshua. Here's the windup. Down comes the pitch. Swinging a foul ball to the first base dugout. Rinko must have thrown 12 pitches already. Well, Rinko will try it again. Now he winds, and here's a 3-2 pitch to Joshua. Fly ball deep to right field. See you later. She's gone. A long home run for Joshua. The third home run of the day for the Brewers, and the Brewers lead 1-0 as Josh slams one down the runway between the bleachers and the grandstand. His 7th home run of the year. Welcome to the American League for Steve Rinko. Now Jimmy Walford will be up. Don't go away. We'll have that station ID for you shortly. Walford had a home run in the first game, his 2nd of the year. He has 35 runs batted in, hitting at .260 coming into the doubleheader, and he takes a strike over the outside corner. Joshua fouled off numerous pitches, and then finally shot one out of here. Walford takes a strike around the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Rinko to the motion, delivers. Breaking ball away. 1-2 to Walford. Cecil Cooper to bat next. The Brewers won to the White Sox nothing, and the 1-2 pitch is cut on a miss, strike 3. A sinking fastball, so Walford is down on strikes. 1 out, that'll bring up Cooper. And we'll take 10 seconds for station identification. You're on the Brewer Radio Network.
Another great family outing from WTMJ Milwaukee. A spectacular 2-hour water ski show, Sunday, August 28th at Lake Neosho.
Merle and Bob with you from County Stadium in Milwaukee. Cecil Cooper 1 for 4 in the opening game, which the Brewers won 7-1. 14 homers, 59 runs batted in, hitting at .291 coming into the twin bill, and he takes the ball outside. 1 ball and no strikes. The Brewers won on the home run by Von Joshua, and the White Sox nothing. Rinko's pitch is fouled off the mask of Brian Downing. Now it's 1-1. The Dodgers beat the Cubs today 5-1, and the Reds won over New York 5-1. No change there. 9.5 game lead in the National League West for Los Angeles. 1-1 pitch. Line drive to left field, base hit. Over the field it is Nordig, and he throws to second, and Cooper holds with a single. So the Brewers have a man aboard with 1 out, and Don Money coming to the plate. Right-handed batting Don Money, hitting at .287 coming into the twin bill. 1 for 3 in the opener. 21 home runs and 66 runs batted in. Rinko is working the money now. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. We're in the bottom of the first inning, and the Brewers are ahead 1-0. They had a 6-run fourth against the White Sox in the opener. The pitch by Rinko popped up back this way, being chased by the catcher Brian Downing. He's got a play on it, and he makes the catch. The money is fouled out to the catcher, and up comes Bando. The Brewer third baseman with 13 homers, 64 runs batted in. Had an RBI in the opener. On a double. Batting .239 coming into the doubleheader. Two down, 1 on. Rinko into the stretch to check over at first. Throw over there. The runner's back safely. When Steve was at the University of Kansas, they called him Mr. Versatility. He was a great baseball player, basketball, and football. Here's the pitch to Bando. It's high for ball 1. Rinko, I believe, played 1 year at quarterback for Kansas. Here's the pitch, the runner going, taking a strike, throw to second by Downing, the slide, safe. Stolen base for Cecil Cooper. With the second baseman Kessinger covering to take the throw. The Brewers, who had a steal in the first game, make it 69 for the year. Cooper now has 8 stolen bases. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Cooper's on second with 2 down at the bottom of the first and 1 run in on the blast by Joshua. Cooper, pretty good lead at second. Rinko delivers. Bando checks and is low for a ball. And it's 2-1. Steve started out in the minor leagues as a first baseman. He hit .290 and had 7 homers and 37 runs batted in 50 rookie league games back in 1965. They moved him up to Class A ball. You know, it's the same kind of record. There's a fly ball to left center field. Lemon is back. He's going to make the catch near the track. Pulls it down. Rinko is out of the first inning. 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 left on. At the end of 1, Milwaukee 1, Chicago nothing. On the Brewer Radio Network.
Everyone looking to find what's best in the things they do and the music they hear. Take on the challenge of Pabst Blue Ribbon. If you're looking for a quality beer, there are beer with any other. Try us once and you'll discover the best beer taste we're bringing home to you. With Pabst Blue Ribbon, the quality always comes through.
Pabst has a challenge for you. To taste and compare Pabst Blue Ribbon with any other premium beer. You'll never go back to the beer you were drinking, because Blue Ribbon quality means the best tasting beer you can get.
The best beer taste we're bringing home to you. With Pabst Blue Ribbon, the quality always comes through.
One of the White Sox nothing. As we go to the top of the second, Lamar Johnson will lead off, followed by Eric Soderholm and Chet Lemon. Lamar Johnson hitting at .318. Big, strong right-handed batter. Has slammed 14 homers and driven in 47 runs this year. This guy is really big. Must wear a size 19 size around the collar of a shirt. Here's a windup, and Travers delivers to Johnson a swinging strike, and it's 0-1. He might have to buy those old remember those old plastic jobs? I don't know if they make shirts big enough for his neck or not. You buy them off a rack. This guy has really got a pair of shoulders and neck. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. Strike, a fastball inside corner. 0-2. Billy Travers pitched last Sunday in Cleveland. A long day for him. No balls, 2 strikes to Lamar Johnson. Travers delivers, goes outside, and Johnson wouldn't chase it. 1-2. In the 8th inning in Kansas City, Boston 3 and Kansas City 3. That one's been tied for a while. 1-2 to Lamar Johnson is low, and it's all even now. San Diego beat Pittsburgh 5-4. San Francisco, rather. There's a tapper hit back to the mound, backhanded by Travers, a toss over to first, and Johnson is out. With 1 down, Soderholm will be up. San Diego beat St. Louis 7-0. San Francisco beat Pittsburgh 5-4. Eric Soderholm, 19 homers, 57 runs batted in. Got the color of the opener from Moose Haas. And he came into the twin bill hitting at .283. Moose won his 9th game of the season as he beat the White Sox 7-1. There's a ball up high. He had a shutout until the 8th with 1 out. When Chet Lemon, who had 2 of the 3 hits, hit him for a home run. The only other man to get a base hit was Bannister, who had a single. Here's a ball low, 2-0. Other than Lemon, touching a ball on the home run. Only one White Sox batter reached second. That was Bannister in the ninth inning. There's a foul ball down the right field line, out of play into the seats. 2-1 to Eric Soderholm. One out, nobody on. Brewers 1, White Sox nothing in the second inning. Travers pumps and throws, and that pitch, his spikes got hung up in the rubber. He went ahead and threw the ball, and he threw it down low in the dirt. Ball 3 and strike 1. 3 balls to the strike. California leads Toronto 2-1 in the third. The Blue Jays have been giving the Angels a tough time, winning the first 2 games of that series. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Fly ball at the center field. No trouble for Joshua. He drifts back about 7 or 8 steps, and he makes the catch. With 2 gone, the batter will be Chet Lemon. Lemon hitting at .276 coming into the doubleheader, and he went 2 for 3 in the first game. 17 home runs and 53 runs batted in. Two down, nobody on. Chester slammed his 17th home run, as we mentioned a moment ago on the opener, for the only Chicago run. Travers starts him out with a fastball. He slams it to left. Base hit, and the throw to second holds him at first with a single. Over in left center, Joshua fielded the ball. Now Wayne Nordhagen, the left fielder. Wayne batting .250 with 1 run batted in. Big guy picked up in the re-entry draft over the winter. Used to be the Orioles. At first, Lemon with a lead. Travers checks him. Comes down to the plate, and Nordhagen takes a fastball outside. 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. It's turned out to be a nice day at County Stadium after threatening weather. In fact, rain this morning. 1-0 pitch. Off speed, he got it over a strike, and it's 1-1. And it rained during the night. One ball, 1 strike, 2 down, 1 on. Cooper plays the inside of the bag to the base runner. Travers moves to first. Chet Lemon is back. In the 9th inning, Minnesota leads Baltimore 9-5. Baltimore's batting. The check at first base. Here comes the pitch. Low and inside. Nice save there by Larry Haney. 2-1. Cleveland and Oakland are underway, and no score at the end of 1. To strike, 2 down. Nordhagen cocks the bat and waits. Travers sets and throws. Nordhagen jumps on it and pops it up foul. First base side. Cooper is under it. He makes the catch, and the White Sox are done in the tucking. So Nordhagen has fouled the first. No runs and a hit and 1 left on. After an inning and a half, it's Milwaukee 1, Chicago nothing on the Brewer Radio Network.
Energy needs are growing year by year, and energy production becomes more critical. Here's one way Alice Chalmers is helping to meet the demand.
Giant hydroelectric projects like Bonneville Dam help give the United States its world leadership in electric generating capacity. I'm Joe Garagiola, speaking for Alice Chalmers Corporation. For over 30 years, 10 Alice Chalmers hydraulic turbines have been harnessing the power of the Columbia River at Bonneville, driving generators that supply electricity to the Pacific Northwest. Now, those 10 are being joined by 8 new Alice Chalmers hydraulic turbines under construction to help meet the area's ever-growing energy demands. A world leader in turbine technology, Alice Chalmers is helping to satisfy mankind's basic needs for energy, food, water, and minerals.
Well, the sun is out and it's a beautiful afternoon at County Stadium. Ed Kirkpatrick makes his debut as a Brewer. Eddie Kirkpatrick, who originally broke into the major leagues with the California Angels, then went to Kansas City for several years, then to Pittsburgh, and then to the Texas Rangers. A left-handed batter takes a breaking ball for a strike from Steve Rinko. Eddie played in 83 games for the Buccos last year, and he had, 233 batting average, 16 RBIs. He takes the ball outside and low, and it's 1-1. One ball, one strike to Kirkpatrick. Rinko's pitch fouled off first base side. His best year in the major leagues was at Kansas City in 1970. In 134 games, he had 18 homers and drove in 62 runs, hitting .229. Lifetime batting average of .236, 85 home runs, and 418 runs batted in. Kirkpatrick looks at the ball low, and it's all even at 2-2. Eddie has played parts of 16 seasons in the major leagues. First broke into the majors in 1962. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A little low. Ball 3, strike 2. He's wearing number 3. Ed Kirkpatrick. Three balls, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch, and he pops it up first base side of the infield. Jim Spencer, a former teammate at California, is under the ball and makes the catch for the out. One down, that'll bring up Yount. Robin batting .308 coming into the doubleheader and went 0 for 3 in the opener. 2 home runs and 33 runs batted in. One out, nobody aboard. Rinko delivers a breaking ball for a strike, knee high to the outside corner. No balls and a strike to Yount. Rinko offers, and Yount swings and misses. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Rinko kicks, throws to Yount, and he fouls it back out of play. Still 0-2. The Red Sox have been out a long time in the 8th inning in Kansas City. They went into the 8th, tied with the Royals at 3-3. No balls, 2 strikes. Rinko delivers. Yount fouls one upstairs. 0-2. As Ed Kirkpatrick comes on the active list, Timmy Johnson has been placed on the 15-day disabled list for the Brewers effective Friday. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Yount swung and missed, tried to hold up, but he couldn't do it. So Yount is out on strikes. 2 Ks in the book for Rinko. Next is Lenny Sakata. In the opening game, Sakata was 0 for 4. Came into the doubleheader hitting a .202 with 2 homers and 12 runs batted in. First pitch to Sakata is outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Here's the next pitch. It's down low for a ball. 2-0. Who's got a birthday today? Pam Balmer. You gonna sing?
Tony Seclet became a grandpa again today.
Did he really?
He's too young. 3 boys and finally a girl today.
Here's a 2-0 pitch. Bouncing ball tapped to the first base side. Fielded by Rinko, and he tosses it over to first. And the Brewers go down in a hurry in the 2nd inning. At the end of 2, as the Brewers go in order, Milwaukee 1, Chicago 0 on the Brewer Radio Network.
Imagine 1 cubic foot, a solid square 1 foot high, 1 foot wide, 1 foot deep. Now, imagine 5 cubic feet. Based on the U.S. government's 1977 estimates of new vehicle interior size, that's how much more room you get inside the new Chevrolet than you get in the older style full-size cars still being sold by Chevrolet's nearest sales competitor. That's the U.S. government estimate as reported in the 1977 EPA guide for new car buyers. You get 5 more cubic feet of room inside the new Chevrolet. Because room is important, America, and Chevrolet wants to bring you more.
Here's our first winner in Groff's great giveaway, Grandma Groff's giveaway in the second game. Carol Sleva, 4060 South 124th in Greenfield. Carol Sleva of Greenfield is a winner in Grandma Groff's giveaway, and we'll send her 3 big 10-quart canisters of Grandma Groff's drink mixes. Now we go to the top of the third. The Brewers lead 1-0, and here's Bob.
Okay, Merle, Jim Spencer leads it off here in the White Sox third, trailing by a score of 1-0. Vaughn Joshua banged his 7th home run of the year, leading off the first inning against Steve Renko. Spencer in game 1, 0 for 3. The windup by Travers, first pitch to Spencer, missed the outside corner for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to Spencer. Started today's doubleheader hitting at .249 with 17 home runs. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball hangs high and outside, 2-0. Cincinnati beat New York 5-1. But the Dodgers topped the Cubs today 5-1. So it's still 9.5 games for the Dodgers over the Reds. 2-0 pitch, blown outside, 3-0. Travers has given up 1 base hit. That was to Chet Lemon with 2 out in the second. He's 3-0 on Spencer. Brian Downing due next, and then Don Kessinger. The windup in the 3-0 pitch to Spencer. Strike 1 called on a fastball. 3-1. San Francisco topped the Pirates 5-4. San Diego shut out St. Louis 7-0. 3 balls and a strike to pitch to Spencer. Ground ball, right side, Sakata's got it. Throw to Cooper, 1 down. Nice play by Len Sakata. Here's Brian Downing, the catcher. Hitting at .274. 3 home runs. He's knocked in 17. He started the series on Friday night, hitting at .280. The windup by Travers, the pitch to Downing. Breaking ball, a beauty. Strike called. 0-1 to Downing. The Brewers after a sweep in the doubleheader. The 0-1 delivery. Fork ball, he missed it swinging. 2 strikes to Downing. It's good to see Travers working well. Looks like he's got pretty good velocity. Good breaking ball and a good fork ball. Got all 3 of those babies going. Look out. The 0-2 pitch. Fork ball, check swing, foul. 2 strikes. Kansas City is now leading Boston 6-3. Pitch to Downing, hit in the air toward right center. Jimmy Wolford calling. The hat pops off again, and Wolford makes an easy catch in right center. 2 down, here's Don Kessinger. Making his first appearance today in a White Sox uniform. His first time up, he popped to short right field. Kessinger's a switch hitter. He had some super years with the Cubs. the Northsiders in Chicago. Spent the last couple of years with the St. Louis Cardinals. Here's the first pitch from Travers. Strike one call to Kessinger. 0-1. 2 men out. The outfield around toward the right side for Kessinger. The pitch to him. Strike 2 called. Overhand curveball from Travers. 0-2. The gap for Kessinger is in left center field. Every once in a while, this guy gets something off speed. On the inside part, he'll pull it. He's got a little more power from the right side than he has from the left side. Not a home run threat, but every once in a while he'll sting you, swinging a foul right side. I think Kessinger is basically the same kind of hitter, both sides. From the left side, the outfield will come around to play him in the left field. And from the right side, they shade him slightly toward right field, but as I said, every once in a while he'll pull one on you. The 0-2 delivery. Here's a fly ball, hit the left field. Down the line, off-speed pitch. Don Money, fair territory. Sides retired. Oh, Don Kessinger pops to short left field. 3 up and 3 down for the White Sox. At the end of 2.5 innings of play, Milwaukee 1, Chicago 0 on the Brewer Radio Network.
The most expensive taste in beer has a name. Ondecker. Ondecker is not just another expensive beer. Ondecker is the most expensive taste in beer. Costly ingredients, patient aging. You may not be drinking it now, but you will. Ondecker, the most expensive taste in beer.
Get in the major league with your credit union.
Watching your favorite ball players putting forth their maximum effort really shows the value of teamwork. When you bring a loan request to one of Wisconsin's credit unions, you'll see the same kind of hustle that you see on the ball diamond. Low interest rates combined with convenient terms make credit unions different from the others. Bring your money needs to us.
Be a part of the major league with your credit union.
In the Milwaukee third, Larry Haney, the catcher, leads it off. He'll be followed by Vaughn Joshua and then Jim Wolford. Brewers lead 1-0. Vaughn Joshua's leadoff home run back in the first inning is the difference right now. Larry Haney hitting a .242 with no home runs, and he has driven in 6. Right-hander Steve Renko making his first appearance in a White Sox uniform. Here's the first pitch to Haney. Larry looks low and outside for a ball. Renko's biggest year in the major leagues, 1971, when he won 15 for Montreal. The windup in the 1-0 pitch to Haney. Low and outside. Brian Downing backhanded. And it's 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. The Brewers won the opener 7-1 behind Moose Haas. The windup in the 2-0 to Haney. Swing and a miss. And the count's 2-1. The Brewers had home runs in game 1 from Jim Wolford and a 2-run shot from Ken McMullen. The only run the White Sox scored in the first game. Here's the pitch to Haney. Swing and a miss. And the count's 2-2. Chet Lemon broke the shutout for Haas in the 8th inning when he hit his 17th of the year. Haas only allowed 3 hits in game 1. Pitch to Beauty. Ball 2 and strike 2. Here's the pitch to Larry Haney. Low and outside. Full count, 3-2. Well, it's turned out to be a very, very nice afternoon. Had the rain showers early this morning. They stopped prior to game 1. Haney swings and fouls it. And it's still 3-2. Between games, we had a very, very brief and light shower. But the blue skies starting to break through overhead. Got sunshine now. 3-2 to Larry Haney. The pitch by Renko, swinging a foul tip. Off the mask of the home plate umpire, Joe Brinkman. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Detroit and Seattle scoreless in the third. California 2-0. Well, it's 2-1 now. California over Toronto in the second. 3-2 to Haney. He swings and lifts a fly ball to short center. The shortstop is calling. Alan Bannister makes the catch for out number 1. Here's Von Joshua, the leadoff batter. He has faced Steve Renko many, many times in the National League. The Minnesota Twins top the Baltimore Orioles 9-5. New York plays the Rangers tonight in Texas. In the second inning, Oakland 1, Cleveland 0. Houston plays in Philadelphia tonight. They've got a 6 o'clock start at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. First pitch to Joshua. Line shot. Right center base hit. Here's Lemon on the pickup. Joshua, big turn at first. He'll hold as the throw comes on to the second baseman, Don Kessinger. His throw back to first base to Jim Spencer. Not in time on Joshua, and he is 2 out of 2. Here's Jimmy Wolford, the right fielder, struck out swinging back in the first. Renko has struck out a pair in the game. Jim Wolford was 2 for 4 in game 1 with a home run, his second of the year. The stretch, a throw to first, and Joshua's back safely. Time is called. Spencer wants to talk things over with Steve Renko. Renko 1-2 and lost 2 with the Chicago Cubs. He was on the disabled list for Chicago from April 28th until June 21st. Had an operation performed on his throat. Came to the majors in 1969 with Montreal. Here's a line shot. Right center. Second baseman, Don Kessinger. That looper. Here's a throw back to first. But Joshua beats it. That looping liner headed toward right center. Kessinger got a good break on the ball. Going back, he made an over-the-shoulder catch and then threw back to first. Had his throw been on target, he may have been able to double Joshua off, but the throw pulled Spencer off the bag at first base. 2 down, here's Cooper. Cooper singled back in the first and stole a base. Stolen base number 69 for Milwaukee. Renko ready. The pitch to Cooper. Strike 1 called on a good fastball. 0-1. The stolen base for Cooper was his 8th of the year. 2 and out, third inning. Brewers lead 1-0. Renko's ready. Joshua leads at first to pitch. A pitch out and nothing moving. Ball 1 and strike 1 to Coop. Cooper had a double in the first game. Brewers had a big 6-run 4th inning. The 1-1 to Cooper. Swing and a miss. And he aired out County Stadium. He had a home run cut and he missed it. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Cooper. The Chicago infield, Sauter home at third. Bannister at short. Don Kessinger in his first appearance for the White Sox at second base. Jim Spencer doing double duty today at first. And Brian Downing, the catcher. The stretch. Runner goes. Swinging a foul by Cooper. And Joshua had a stolen base. The pitch was down low and away from Cooper, and he tried to punch it to left field. In the White Sox outfield, Wayne Nordhagen, Chet Lemon, and Richie Zisk left to right. The Brewers have out-hit the White Sox 3-1 in Game 2. Steve Renko's ready. The pitch to Cooper, fouled again. Upstairs, right above us. And it's still a ball one, strike 2 count. Come on, Coop, let's see you hit one. The stretch. Renko delivers, runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw to second, no need for a throw to second. Cooper strikes out on a bad pitch. That's strikeout number 3 for Renko. And the Brewers are out in the third. No runs. 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. After 3 innings, Milwaukee 1, Chicago nothing on the Brewer Radio Network.
When you're driving down the road and you're leaning on a curve and your car's moving smooth and it shows a lot of nerve, it's a Monza.
The Monzas, a little road magic from Chevrolet. Chevy Monza Coupe or 2+2 hatchback. 2 different looks for people who think driving is still America's greatest outdoor sport.
When you're kicking up dust and you're shifting down the third, making real road magic, now it's time to spread the word. It's a Monza.
Available equipment includes 5-liter V8, Chevy F41 sport suspension, 5-speed stick or turbo hydromatic, sports steering wheel, and a lot more. The Monzas by Chevrolet. A little road magic from the people who know performance. Chevrolet.
Making real road magic, now it's time to spread the word. It's a Monza.
It's the White Sox 4th inning. Alan Bannister, Richie Zisk, and Lamar Johnson against Bill Travers. Billy has only allowed 1 base hit. A 2-out single by Chet Lemon back in the second. Bannister steps in. First time up, fly to left field. Billy Travers, the arm back, and the pitch to Bannister. Bouncer, wide of Bando into left field for a base hit. Bannister starts off the White Sox second with a base hit. I beg your pardon, the White Sox 4th inning with a base hit. That's his second in the doubleheader. He was 1 for 3 in Game 1. Run around, nobody out. Here's Richie Zisk. Put the skids on Richie Zisk in Game 1, nothing for 3. Runner at first leads. Here's the pitch to Zisk. Inside fastball, moved him back. And it's a ball and no strikes. First time up, Zisk fly to right field. Started today's doubleheader hitting at .316. He has ripped 26 home runs and knocked in 84 runs. The 1-0 pitch to him. Curve hangs high. Look out, Trav. Not up there. Throw to first. Pulls Cooper off the bag. Not in time on Alan Bannister. It's 2-0 to Richie Zisk. Tomorrow the Brewers are in Texas. Take on the Rangers in a 2-game set. Monday and Tuesday. The 2-0 to Zisk. High and outside. It's 3-0. And be careful right now. 3-0 to Zisk. Lamar Johnson due next. The heavy gunners coming up for the White Sox. missed with 26. Lamar Johnson in part-time duty with 14. Hine outside. Richie's on. 2 on for Chicago with nobody out. That's the first walk-off Travers. And Larry Haney out to the mound to talk things over with the Brewer left-hander. 2 on, nobody out. And Lamar Johnson steps in. He tapped back to the mound his first time. And the White Sox fans are on their feet. Haven't had much to cheer about so far today. Now let's see if they put the sacrifice on. He's hitting away, and he popped it foul for a strike. Lamar Johnson has not sacrificed yet this year. In 84 games, I guess we won't see him sacrifice right now. They're looking for the long one from this guy. How about a double play ball? 1 strike to Johnson. Target set to pitch. Fouled again back in the screen. Travers with a forkball was upstairs. Be careful up there. 2 strikes to Lamar Johnson. Oh, and he'd like to have that one back again. He had a good rip, but he fouled it. 2 strikes to Lamar Johnson. Talking things over with Larry Haney right now. He said, man, don't do that again. Or let me have that one again. 2 strikes, runners at first and second, nobody out. Billy Travers is ready. He kicks and fires. Low with a breaking pitch, and he just missed. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. The White Sox head home from Milwaukee to take on the Yankees tomorrow night. Boy, and they have been red hot talking about the Yankees. Here's the 1-2 to Johnson. In the dirt, and a nice play by Haney. Ball 2, strike 2. The Brewers' 1-0 lead is in jeopardy. Nobody out. Lamar Johnson, straightaway stance, and he hits out of a crouch. This guy is very, very powerfully built. The 2-2 pitch. Shot, Bando! And no chance for a double play. Boy, what a screamer. Hit right at Sal Bando. The ball was hit so hard, the runners at first and second didn't have a chance to get off the bag that far. Bando took a look at second. No chance on Bannister. Over at first, Richie Zisk was right close to the bag. But there's 1 out. And a hard out from Lamar Johnson. The atom ball. Got to have a few of those, too. Here's Eric Soderholm, the third baseman. Travers delivers. Soderholm, it's a fly ball. Left center. Joshua drifting back. He's got plenty of room. His throw will come to second base. Bannister tags, goes to third, but they keep Richie Zisk at first. First ball hitting Eric Soderholm. Flies to deep left center. And it brings up the center fielder, Chet Lemon. Lemon has one of the 2 base hits off Travers. He singled with 2 out in the second. Little conference at the mound now between Bando, Haney, and Travers. Some other groups here today. TNT Tap from Waukegan, Illinois. Ware Steel Sportsman's Club. Wisconsin Moose Association from Wanaki. West Madison Little League is here. West Bend Company. Pfister Hotel is here today. Landmark Lanes. PDQ Little League of Madison. The pitch to Lemon. Breaking ball missed. Low and outside for a ball. Delta Chi Pharmacy of Madison. Harley Davidson. Salaried employees over 1,000 strong today. 1-0 pitch. Shot to left field. Ball game tied. 2 out of 2. Big 2-out base hit by Chet Lemon. Ties the game. Travers tried to get inside on him with a fastball. And he hit it to left field between Robin and Salbando. Here's Wayne Nordhagen, the left fielder. No home runs, 1 RBI, hitting .250. Brand new game, tied at 1-1. Travers sets. Here's the pitch to Nordhagen. Strike one called. Billy Travers' fastball riding to the outside corner. 0-1. Runners lead first and second. An RBI for Chet Lemon, his 54th of the year. Nordhagen looks low and inside. Ball 1, strike 1. Petroff Lanes have got a group today. Summers Place from New London. Nationwide Travelers from Appleton. Express Travel Agency from Lake Geneva. The 1-1 delivery. Inside, he almost hit him. And the count goes 2-1. Fort Howard Group from Green Bay is here. WKAU from Kaukauna. Highview Golf Course from Crivets. Nina Paper Activities have got a group. Lake Region Babe Ruth League from Burlington. Half Tap from Bradley is here. Travers, 2 balls and a strike. Delivers to Nordhagen in the dirt almost. And picked out by Haney. That ball almost hit Nordhagen again. Down around his ankles, and Haney had to shift way inside to grab it. 3-1. And the bullpen gets busy in a hurry. 3 balls and a strike. Wayne Nordhagen waiting the pitch to him. Bouncer, high chopper to Robbins. Throw to second, Sakata covering. And they get Lamar Johnson, and that retires the side. But the White Sox tie the game. 1 run, 2 hits. No errors with 2 left. At the end of 3.5 innings of play, Chicago 1, Milwaukee 1 on the Brewer Radio Network.
I love my grandma. I love my Grandma Groff.
Introducing the Grandma everybody's gonna love. Grandma Groff's drink mixes. They're easy to make, economical, and come in a variety of luscious, old-fashioned flavors your whole family will enjoy. And all with that famous Groff's quality. Look for the Grandma everybody's gonna love. Grandma Groff's old-fashioned flavored drink mixes.
I love my grandma. I love my Grandma Groff.
Take it from me, Sal Bando. I know the instant I hit the ball if it has a chance of going over the wall. My swing and the sound of my bat tell me if I've really connected. From the first few minutes you start doing business with your credit union, you'll know that you scored a solid connection too. Wisconsin credit unions are safe, well-managed, professional financial institutions. They're the place you can deposit your money with confidence, and they have the kind of people who will give fast, courteous attention to your loan request too. You'll hit it off with your credit union.
In the Brewer 4th inning, ball game tied at 1 apiece. Here's Don Money to start it off against Steve Renko.
Bob, we have a home run for Toronto at California inside the park. Who hit it? I don't know.
Doesn't say, right? It came over the wire here. Home run, Toronto, number 10, 5th, nobody on.
Who do you think?
That's all.
I'm going to pick Fairley. Who do you say?
Fairley? Okay, I'm going to say, here's the pitch to Don Money, low and outside for a ball. I'm going to say, the pitch to Money, low and outside, 2-0. Who's the guy who plays center field, Merle?
Well, let's see, Bob Baylor. How about Woods?
Al Woods.
Okay, I say Fairley.
I don't think it's Woods either. Money takes low and outside, 3-0.
For lunch?
It's either Doug Alt.
No, you only get one.
Or Ron Fairley.
I'm saying Fairley, and you're saying Alt for lunch.
All right.
Okay.
3-0 to Money. High and outside, he's on. Leadoff hitter's on. Hey, let's untie this thing right quick. First walk off Steve Renko. Lead runner at first, nobody out. Here's Sal Bando. No, I was just going to look and see if anything else came over. Nothing came over the wire. Pitch to Bandos, high and outside. That's 5 in a row now from Renko. Nothing came over the wire yet.
The tension is building here in the booth.
Renko's ready. Runner goes, swinging a bouncing ball, second base side. Kessinger's got it, his only play to first. He gets Bando, and Money moves to second. Now, I know who it is. Doug Rader.
Yeah, but it's too late.
Yeah, but it's Doug Rader.
What if we both lose? Then you pick up your own tab, right?
Kirkpatrick. His first game as a Brewer. First time up, he popped to the first baseman. Renko delivers. Kirkpatrick swings and fouls it off the foot of the catcher, Brian Downing. 1 strike to Eddie Kirkpatrick.
Eddie should have been here the other night for Irish American night, huh?
Irish American night. Eddie Kirkpatrick. 1 strike to him. Runner at second, Don Money. Game's tied 1-1. The Brewers won the opener 7-1 behind Haas. Got a pair of home runs in that game. Jimmy Wolford, Kenny McMullen. The 0-1 to Kirkpatrick. Outside with a fastball from Renko. It's 1-1. Kansas City beat Boston 6-4 before better than 31,000 in Kansas City. Campbell got the loss. Doug Bird the winner. The stretch by Renko. The pitch to Kirkpatrick is fouled out of play. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to Eddie Kirkpatrick. Second, Don Money. Kirkpatrick's a left-handed batter. Waiting on a 1-2 delivery from Steve Renko. Glove on knee, taking the sign from Brian Downing. He's ready, delivers. High and outside. Ball 2 and strike 2. The Brewers got a run in the first inning when Von Joshua, leading off against Renko, banged his 7th home run of the year. The White Sox tied it in the 4th. A run-scoring single with 2 out by Chet Lemon. Ball 2 and strike 2. Eddie Kirkpatrick out of a slightly open stance. The pitch to him. Ground ball headed back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Here's Money around third. He scores, and Eddie Kirkpatrick delivers. His first base hit as a Brewer, and his first RBI puts the Brewers back in front 2-1. And Kirkpatrick with a run-scoring single puts the Brewers on top 2-1. Here's Robin Yount with 1 out. The leadoff walk to Don Money has cost Renko a run. Renko's ready. Here's the pitch to Robin. Breaking ball, strike to the outside corner. 0-1 on Rockin' Robin Yount. Robin was stopped in game 1, 0 for 3, but he had an RBI. The pitch to him. Strike 2 called. Overhand curve from Renko. The Brewers 2, the White Sox 1 in the fourth inning.
Well, you're right on the second time.
Doug Rader, huh?
Doug Rader.
Yeah, I forgot about him being with Toronto. High fastball to Robin. It's 1-2.
The outfielder, whoever it was, lost the ball in the sun.
Oh, it's an inside the park job. That's right.
Well, somebody'd have to lose the ball if Rader had an inside the park over. He doesn't run too bad.
No, he's not too bad, the old Red Rooster. I'm going to tell him what you said. Next year.
Yeah.
Here's a 1-2 to Robin. Swing and a foul tip. And Downing hangs on. A strikeout to Robin. Number 4 for Renko. 2 men out. Here's Len Cicada.
It cost us $400 to get that information. We had to fly a guy out there and back. See who hit the home run.
Now, the Brewers don't see the Blue Jays anymore this year. Only Blue Jays you'll see is around the suburbs in Milwaukee. Now we're going to have time called here in a moment as an airplane sails down on the field. Missed outside with a fastball out of the upper deck.
Hey, let's go start that stuff here.
Well, okay, we're all set. 1-0 to Len Cicada. The stretch by Renko, he delivers. Cicada fouls one upstairs. Ball 1 and strike 1 on Len Cicada.
That was a bad scene of that Packer game where they did that. So Brewer fans don't do things like that.
The Packers took a tough one last night. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the 1-1 to Cicada. Strike 2 called. Renko around the knees with a breaking pitch. The Brewers have out-hit the White Sox 4-3 in Game 2, and they lead 2-1. Renko's ready to pitch to Cicada. He almost checked. Went around too far almost, but I believe he checked in time. Rich Garcia, the first base umpire now, signaling no swing on Cicada. He almost chased a bad curveball down low and outside, and Downing fired a throw to Spencer at first base. Spencer made no move to tag Kirkpatrick. He thought that Rich Garcia, the first base umpire, on the appeal was going to call Cicada out, but he said no, didn't go around far enough. 2-2 pitch. He did that time. Strikeout number 5 for Renko. Cicada swung at a bad pitch, way outside. The Brewers take the lead here in the fourth inning. They get a run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. After 4, Brewers 2, White Sox 1 on the Brewer Radio Network.
Say, do you have a limited painting budget? Well, Mott's has the answer. Mott's Tone paints for interiors and exteriors. They're made by Mott, so you know they're quality paints. Try Mott's Tone paint once, then you'll know what I mean. Mott's Tone delivers good performance at an even better price. Ask your Mott's paint dealer, and he'll tell you how the Mott's reputation for quality and value is built right in to every Mott's Tone paint. From selecting the ingredients to testing the final color blends. Consider Mott's Tone when value and performance are your first requirements. Then ask your Mott's paint dealer which Mott's Tone is right for the painting project that you have in mind. He's an expert, and he knows which paint will make your job easier. And that's what Mott's is all about.
And Mott makes it better to make it easy for you.
We got a nice note here from a good Brewer fan, Lori Conley. Says, little note, bro, I'm sending luck to you, to you and I. Says that she has to leave to go back to Florida Wednesday. Really enjoyed listening to all the games. Good luck in the future. Next summer when I return, I'll expect to see both of us up here. From Jacksonville, Florida. We got a good Brewer fan down in Jacksonville, Florida. She says she'll be singing to me on January 26th. Is this your birthday? Thanks for the nice note, Laurie. Why'd you go back to Florida? Well, coming winter up here, buddy, you know. Okay, 4 inning totals. Brewers lead 2-1. Go to the 5th. Here's Merle.
Thank you, Bob. And a bunt attempt by Spencer in front of the plate, grabbed by Haney, and he throws him out at first base. So Jim Spencer is 0 for 2 in this ball game and 0 for 5 in the doubleheader. One out, Brian Downing will be next. Downing flying to right field in the third inning. Brian Downing, a right-handed batter, is up against Bill Travers, who winds the left arm back. Down comes the pitch to Downing. Strike one called around the knees. Spencer is 1 for 12 in the series, which makes him very dangerous every time he comes up. He's really been tough on the Brewers in the past. Downing takes the ball line inside, 1-1. Minnesota and Kansas City have won this afternoon, and Texas plays tonight against New York and Arlington. Downing looks for the strike, 1-2. So Kansas City will hold on to first place in the Western Division. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Foul ball. Trying to figure this thing out, you really do need a computer. Kansas City will stay in first place. Minnesota is in a temporary tie with Texas for second place. And Chicago has dropped from second to fourth. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Outside and high, a ball. 2-2. But only by percentage points. All of this is by percentage points. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Downing cocks the bat high. Down comes the pitch. Fastball low and inside. 3-2. Yesterday, Chicago was in first place in the West. The day before, Texas. The day before that, Texas. And the day before that, Minnesota. What a race. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Travers works. Down comes the pitch, and it's strike 3 called to the inside corner. Downing is called out on strikes, and there are 2 down. We'll take 10 seconds now for station identification. You're on the Brewer Radio Network.
Pick up your telephone and question people in the news. On the Newsmakers with Kathy Dunn, 8:05 to 9, weeknights on WTMJ Milwaukee.
Merlin Bob with you from County Stadium, where the Brewers lead the White Sox 2-1 in the second game of the doubleheader, and they beat them 7-1 in the first game. So the Brewers hold a 2-1 edge in the series. Don Kessinger, batting for the third time as an American Leaguer, is 0 for 2, batting right-handed, is flied to right and flied to left. Travers throws inside, ball 1. Tomorrow night, we'll greet you at 7:10 Central Time with the pregame shows. Manny Minoso is giving Joe Brinkman some heat, and Brinkman steps out. How does Joe know what he's talking about? Now, Brinkman's pointing a finger at Manny. Manny walks away. Don't throw him out, Joe. Let's don't do anything to get him excited. 1 ball, no strikes. Manny is really ripping Brinkman, and now Brinkman steps back behind the plate, and Kessinger backs away, and he says, "Come on, you guys. Here I am trying to concentrate hitting." Now Kessinger's laughing at Brinkman. He's probably saying, "How do you know what he said?" The wind to the 1-0 pitch. Ball inside off the glove of Haney. And it is 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Brewers, 1 run and 3 hits for the White Sox. Travers working on Kessinger, and Don pops it up to the left of the plate. Haney rips the mask off, is under the ball. He's got it. And it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Bill Travers. Travers is so grateful that he comes down and picks the mask up for Haney. So after 4.5 to score, Milwaukee 2, Chicago 1 on the Brewer Radio Network.
We make it easy for you, go Ozark. We make it easy for you.
When you fly Ozark, time isn't all you save. Depending on where and when you want to go, our excursion fares can save you up to 20%. And if you or your group needs a whole plane, an Ozark charter can take you anywhere in the continental United States, Canada, Mexico, or the Bahamas. On Ozark, it's easy to find a travel bargain. Call Ozark or your professional travel advisor.
When when you want to get there in a hurry and in comfort and without a care. Chances are that Ozark is the airline in the schedule to get you there. So Ozark.
Fly the airline the Brewers fly. Ozark Airlines.
The Brewers come to bat at the bottom of the fifth, sending Larry Haney, Bon Joshua, and Jim Walford out against Steve Rinko, who has given up 2 runs and 4 hits. Joshua nailed him for a home run in the first, then the White Sox tied the game in the fourth. On a single to Bannister, a walk to Zisk, and a single by Lemon. But the Brewers got that run back real quick, like when Money led off the fourth inning with a walk. Moved up on a ground ball and was singled home by Kirkpatrick. And now Brian Downing has picked up the argument with the plate umpire, Joe Brinkman. Here's Bob Lemon coming out. I think they're still on Brinkman about that call in the first game when Brinkman was a first base umpire on that ball hit to right field that the White Sox thought a fan interfered with. It was Cecil Cooper, the ball of Cecil Cooper hit a very high fly ball that Zisk went back on. The replay up here showed the ball at the top of the wall by a foot off over the glove of Zisk. The White Sox replay, and it's all the same one. I don't quite understand that. But anyway, they're claiming that a fan interfered. And I personally thought Zisk should have caught the ball anyway. Anyway, here we go. Larry Haney leading off, and the pitch is outside, ball 1. So Downing apparently picked up the argument that Minoso had started there in the last inning. And Brinkman went after him in a hurry. Haney cuts and he fouls it back, and it's 1-1. Haney popped up in the third. We're in the fifth. The Brewers won the opener 7-1. Detroit 3, Seattle nothing at the end of 4 in the Kingdome. And at the end of 5 at Oakland, the Indians won and the A's won. And the next pitch to Haney is a strike around the knees, 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rinko delivers high and outside, ball 2 and strike 2. Now, Bob, we've talked from time to time before about who has the advantage the first time around. Here's a National League pitcher working for the first time in the American League. Here's a strike called, and Haney is called out on delayed call. That's 6 strikeouts. Haney didn't agree with that one, but he departs, and Joshua comes up. But Rinko doesn't seem to have any tricks. He's just basic with everything.
I think Merrill Rinko is fairly well known by everybody, no matter American League or National League. I think it's a little tougher when a guy comes to the major league from the minor leagues during the course of the season. Nobody's seen him throw, and you have to rely just on a scouting report, really.
Joshua pops the first pitch up outside of third, and Soderholm is going to make the catch, and does. 2 down. So Joshua had homered and singled, is now 2 for 3 in this one. Jim Walford is next with a strikeout and a pop-up. In a home run in the opener, his second of the year, had 2 hits and 4 times up. Jensen swinging a hot bat. Came into the doubleheader hitting at 260. Here's the first pitch to Walford. He tried to bunt it, and he missed it for strike 1. The Brewers 2 and the White Sox 1. The Brewers have out at Chicago 4-3. The next offering is down low and inside. Nice to hear from Linda Reinert of Milwaukee, who's here for Wauwatosa tonight. There's a drive down the right field line going foul. Wants to know if we have a picture of Bernie Brewer. Bernie, do you have any pictures? Does anyone make any pictures of Bernie Brewer? Bernie, are you out in the chalet today? Bernie is not in the chalet today. Bernie is out in left field somewhere. Here's a 1-2 pitch, fouled off on the first base side. No, I see him up there, but I'm not sure he's here. Linda wants to start a Bernie Brewer fan club. Well, Linda, you drop a note to the Brewer Public Relations Office, and they'll help you get one started. Next pitch to Walford is outside, a low ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Brewers, 1 run and 3 hits for the White Sox. And the next pitch to Walford is hit on the ground to short, fielded by Bannister on the first base. And it's in time of the out, almost a bad throw. So here in the 5th inning, the Brewers go in order. And at the end of 5, the score. The Brewers 2, the White Sox 1 on the Brewer Radio Network.
The Spinners for Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer.
Everybody needs to find what's best in the things they do and the music they give. Turn over time with the Pabst Blue Ribbon. If you're looking for a quality beer, compare our beer with any other. Try us once and you'll discover the great beer taste we're bringing home to you. With Pabst Blue Ribbon, the quality always comes through.
Pabst challenges you to discover a better tasting premium beer. Taste and compare Pabst Blue Ribbon with the beer you're now drinking. You'll taste the difference Blue Ribbon quality makes, because our quality means the best tasting beer money can buy.
With Pabst Blue Ribbon, the quality always comes through.
The Brewers lead 2-1 going into the 6th. Had a nice letter from Richard Schrader, the trust officer of the Marine National Exchange Bank, inviting us to a tailgate party last Friday night in the North Lot. We were out there. Got quite a flyer, though. Don't be left out. Got an umpire here throwing a catcher out. That looks like Bob in that picture there. Anyway, we thank you for the invite. And sometimes if you don't have a flag up or a banner up, we can't spot the individual ones, but we only have so much time to spend in each area, but we do appreciate hearing from you. I'm Richard Schrader. We go to the 6th inning now, and Bannister leads off and takes a strike to the outside corner, knee high. No balls, a strike. Travers comes down with the next pitch, and Bannister looks at this one, and it's outside, a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Travers pumps, down comes the pitch. Strike over the outside corner. The faithful Brew Crew from Wilton, Wisconsin, invaded County Stadium for the 5th time this year for a tailgate party. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Slow it inside. 1-2. Lead at 2-1. Joshua hit a home run in the 1st. The White Sox tied the game in the 4th. The Brewers came back to take a 2-1 lead in their half of the 4th. There's a ground ball to second. Sakata down with a pickup. On to Cooper at first base, 1 out. So Bannister is gone. That'll bring up Zisk. Ritchie is 0 for 1 with a walk. Well, here's one that's a little late. On August 16th, the girls from St. Michael's X-Ray Department were here at the Brewers ball game. They had a tailgate party before the game, and I think we missed that one. Donna, Diana, Terry, Jan, Debbie, Dana, Chris, Barb, Irene, Kathy, and Diane. They're great Brewer fans, though, the X-ray department at St. Michael's. There's a ball up high to Zisk. 1 ball and no strikes. They take good pictures, so if any of you need pictures made, there's a 1-0 pitch. Fly ball to right center field. Walford is over, calling Joshua over there with him, right behind him, but Walford makes the catch. 2 down. Next, Lamar Johnson with a ground out and a line drive to third. He hit a smoker to third in the 4th, right into the glove of Bando, and Sal didn't have time to do anything else but put the glove up. 2 down and nobody on. Happy birthday to Bob, Kathy, and Linda Clute. P.S. Happy birthday to Merle whenever it is. Well, I never have one. 2 down and nobody on. Here comes comes the pitch to Johnson. Fastball inside, 1-0. Let's see. They were here on camera night and asked Sixto Loscano how he pronounced his first name, and he said Cito. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Strike around the knees. We would like to know why you pronounce it differently. Well, anglicized, or the way Sixto prefers it as a ball player, that's what we call it, Sixto. Here's a ball that went inside, 2-1. We always check with the players when they first come up on how they want their name pronounced. And he said Sixto. That's why I call Bob Don all the time. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Swing and a drive. Left field. He got it all. Tie game. 2-2. Johnson rips one out of here. His 15th home run of the year. Number 158 for the White Sox. Boy, you talk about power. This thing went out of here. There was no question about it. The hits are even and the runs are even. 2-2. We're in the 6th. And Eric Soderholm was flied to center twice is next. So it's a brand new ball game at the top of the 6th inning. The Brewers won the opener 7-1. They're tied in this one 2-2, and Soderholm fouls one off on the third base side, strike one. Kathy and Linda Klug say one more question. How many triple plays have the Brewers turned? None this year. No balls, a strike. And the next offering is high and outside. They almost had one earlier. 1 ball and 1 strike. Travers winding, next pitch on the way, and Nordhagen looks at the ball up high. It'll be 2-1. Nice to hear from Sean Donahue. Good Brewer fan. Sends a card from upstate New York for their vacationing. There's the 2-1 delivery. Foul ball up to the left of the plate. Balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. We're in the front half of the 6th inning of the second game of the doubleheader. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And a fastball is inside. And the Brewers appeal thinking that Soderholm had swung at the ball. But the first base umpire, Rich Garcia, denies the appeal. And it's 3-2 to Soderholm. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. 2-2 the score. Travers works, here's the pitch. Soderholm takes high ball 4, and he's on. Now Chet Lemon, who homered in the first game. And he is 2 out of 2 in this one with a run batted in. Bill Travers had walked. The White Sox have tied the score. Lamar Johnson's 15th home run of the year. Every one he hits is a new high for him. Last year, Lamar hit 4, which was his high of the major leagues, with 33 RBIs. It's a different story this year. Travers working to Chet Lemon, who takes a ball apparently outside, and Billy thought he had a strike. One ball and no strikes. And the next pitch is looked good, but it's a ball. I don't know about that one. Looked like a retaliation call. Both the White Sox have really given Brinkman a tough time today. The Brewers haven't given him too much static, but they did on that first pitch, and the next one was ball 2. Travers Chambers delivers right down the heart of the plate. Same place as the last pitch, and that one's a strike. Two balls and a strike. Travers checks. Left arm back. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled on a breaking ball. He had a big cut, and it's 2-2. Letter from Tom Kress of Sheboygan. Match cover collector and Brewer fan. Cheering for a Brewer one today. Tom's going to join 3 fan clubs. Don Money, Sal Bando, and Bob Euchers. Now you'll have 2.5. Bob says, sorry you missed your birthday party. The stretch, the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, foul outside of third. Ball 2 and strike 2 to Chet Lemon, the White Sox center fielder. Chicago with 2 runs and 4 hits, and the Brewers 2 runs and 4 hits. Each team has played airless ball. The Brewers won the opener 7-1 on Moose Haas's 3-hit pitching. He shut the White Sox out until Lemon nailed him for a home run in the 8th. Now Travers will look at first. Here's the pitch. Fastball belted deep to center field. Oh, boy. Joshua's going to make the catch. I thought that one was out of here. Joshua caught that ball in the track. When it left the bat, it looked like it was going to go into the center field bleachers. So, Travers gets out of the 6th inning, but not without a little excitement. 1 run on 1 hit and 1 left on. After 5.5, Chicago 2, Milwaukee 2 on the Brewer Radio Network.
I had the filler of the blues over all the gas I used. Frustration blinded me till a spark plug helped me see. You know, the fresher your plugs, all the better your mileage, and the more you like driving, and the more you'll be smiling. All you gotta do is say, fill her up, fill her up, fill her up with Champion. Pull out the old, plug in the new, fill her up with Champion. With Champion, pull out the old, plug in the new, fill her up with Champion. I said, fill her up with Champion. You gotta fill her up.
Cecil Cooper leads off for the Brewers at the bottom of the 6th. Come on, gang, gotta get that lead back now. Steve Rinko has given up 2 runs and 4 hits, including a home run to Joshua in the 1st inning, then a walk, a ground out, and a single in the 4th inning for a run. Cooper has singled and struck out, and he fouls the first pitch off upstairs, strike 1. Today's paid attendance, 27,969. 27,969. The Brewer attendance, 1,034,000 plus for the year. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, Marinko off speed as he pulls the cord that floats upstairs. That's the ball, a strike. Detroit 5, Seattle 3 in the 7th inning in Seattle. Cleveland and Oakland 1-1 in the 7th in Oakland. Toronto and California 2-2 in the 6th. Here's a strike of the knees to Cooper from Rinko. Minnesota beat Baltimore 9-4, and Kansas City knocked off Boston 6-4. And we're getting a few raindrops here in County Stadium. There's a swing and a miss on a high fastball, and Cooper chased a bad pitch. So he's down on strikes for the 2nd time of the ball game, and that's number 7 for Rinko. Here's Don Money, and he has fouled out and walked and scored a run. Well, we had a tailgate party in the Centerville parking area today. Fidel de Kai Pharmacy Fraternity from Madison. Mark Schmidt and the gang. Here's a ball outside. Thank you for the invite. Hope the next time you come over, be sure and drop us a note. We'll try to make it. Ground ball down the left field line to base hit for Don Money. Don is digging around first, heading for second. Up with the ball is Nordhagen. Here comes a throw and the slide. Save! Don Money a slide. a pretty good play on that ball. He cut it off before it could get into the corner. Money is on second with a double. There's the lead run for Sal Bando. Sal knocked in his 64th run of the year in the first game with a double. In this one, he is hitless in 2 trips. One out. Runner at second. Come on, Sal, let's get him home. Hit number 5 for the Brewers. A light shower at County Stadium right now. Renko to the stretch. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball, left field, the base hit. Don had to hold him, think the ball was going through. Nordhagen will throw in. And the Brewers have runners at first and third. Bando hit a bouncer through the left side of the infield. And Money had to hold to see if the shortstop, Bannister, was going to be able to make a play. From here, of course, you could see it was going through, but from the field level at second base, he doesn't have that advantage. Here's Eddie Kirkpatrick. He knocked in a run with his first Brewer hit in the 4th. In the second inning, he popped up. Just joined the Brewers at noon today, and he promptly delivered a base hit to put the Brewers ahead 2-1 in the 4th. Runners at first and third and 1 out. Come on, Eddie, got to get him home. Score tied at 2. Renko to the stretch. Here comes the pitch. Ball high, 1-0. We're getting action in the White Sox bullpen now. Warren LeGros and Dave Hamilton, a right-hander and a left-hander, are heating it up. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Score tied at 2, bottom of the 6th. Second game of the doubleheader. The Brewers won the opener 7-1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Shot on the ground to Spencer. He's got a double play ball. Throws to second out. Relay to first base. Whoa, throw into the dugout, and a run scores. And Sal Bando is responsible for that run. He really nailed the shortstop, Bannister. And Bannister's throw went flying into the Brewer dugout. And the Brewers take the lead, and Kirkpatrick will get the extra base, and he goes to second. And that Brewer dugout is going to greet Mr. Bando because he just nailed Alan Bannister butt good on his relay. If you're ever going to make a 3-6-3 double play, that was a perfect way to start it because the ball was hit so sharply. So, RBI for Kirkpatrick is second. He's on to the fielder's choice. And the Brewers lead 3-2 as Money scored. 3-6 on the force out. An error on the shortstop Bannister on the relay to first. And the batter is Yount. Renko into the stretch. Look back at second. Here's the pitch. Pop fly ball to short right field. Coming on, Richie Zisk. He is under it and takes it. And the Brewers go down in the 6th inning, but they recapture the lead. 1 run, 2 base hits, 1 error. 1 left on. And after 6, the score. The Brewers 3, the White Sox 2 on the Brewer Radio Network.
The people at Oscar Mayer care. They care about every wiener they make because they know you care about quality. That's why they use only select cuts of nutritious lean meat. They add a special blend of seasoning. Every wiener is 100% United States government and Oscar Mayer inspected. The result? Mild yet tasty flavor in every bite. All because the folks at Oscar Mayer care. Oscar Mayer wieners. You can taste how much we care.
On-Decker beer. You may not have heard of it yet, but you will. On-Decker. You may not think a beer this expensive could be worth the extra money, but you will. On-Decker. Costly ingredients, patient aging. You don't know what a difference that makes, but you will. On-Decker. The most expensive taste in beer. If you haven't tried it yet, you will.
Well, these time the White Sox have tied the ball game up, the Brewers have gone out to recapture the lead. They've just done that in the bottom of the 6th inning. And it's now Milwaukee 3 and Chicago 2 at the end of 6. As the White Sox come to bat at the top of the 7th, here's Bob.
Okay, Merle, Wayne Nordhagen starts it off for the White Sox. In the 7th inning, they trail by a score of 3-2. Brewers after a sweep in the doubleheader. Nordhagen is fouled to first and bounced into a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 2. And the rain's getting a little heavier right now. Travers' first pitch is ripped to left center for a base hit. Here's Joshua on the pickup, and the tying run is on. Nordhagen, first ball hitting, singles to left center. That's hit number 5 off Travers, and it brings up Jim Spencer, the first baseman. Rains continue to fall. Oh, we had sunshine about an hour ago. Blue skies overhead, and all of a sudden, on came the dark clouds again. Travers ready. Here's the pitch to Spencer. He was going to swing away, and he took a breaking ball high and outside. And the count goes 1-0 on Jim Spencer. Spencer is bounced to second. And his next time up trying to bunt, Larry Haney threw him out. He's 0 for 5 in the doubleheader. The stretch by Travers. The pitch to Spencer. Popped up. On the right side, Cecil Cooper. Len Cicada. Cooper makes the catch for out number 1. 1 down. Here's Brian Downing, the catcher. Downing is flied to right and been called out on strikes. He and Joe Brinkman had a go-around his last time up. Brinkman called him out on what looked like a high breaking ball up around the letters. Travers could use a double play ball right now. The pitch to Downing, high and outside. He almost threw it by Haney. 1 ball and no strikes. The Brewers 3, the White Sox 2 in the 7th inning. Time is called. Downing steps out, checking with third base coach Bobby Knapp. Knapp finishes with the signs now, and Downing's back in, all set to go. Eddie Rodriguez starts to throw in the Brewer bullpen. Here's the 1-0 to Downing. Runner goes. Strike. Haney's throw to second in the dirt. And Robin made a nice play to save it. A good throw. Gets the runner, Wayne Nordhagen. But Haney's throw was in the dirt. He had plenty of time. So it's a stolen base. Number 34 for the White Sox. And the tying runs at second. The pitch was a strike to Downing. Nothing in 1. So the double play situation is gone. Unless it's a line drive. The pitch to Downing. Fouled back on the screen. The tying run at second. The outfield is deep and around toward the left side for Downing. Travers ready. Target set by Haney to pitch. In the dirt, back to the screen. And the runner goes to third. A wild pitch. Charge to Travers. The tying run at third base. A base hit by Nordhagen, a stolen base, and now a wild pitch. And the Brewers' 3-2 lead is in jeopardy. It's a ball 2 and strike 2 count to Brian Downing. And the Brewer infield comes up. They'll try to cut the run down at the plate. Ball 2, strike 2. How about a strikeout here? The pitch to Downing. Inside. Fork ball, 3 and 2. Full count. With the second baseman, Don Kessinger, due up next. Travers ready, checks the runner at third. The pitch. Here's a drive, hit deep to left field. Going back, money toward the wall. It's gone. Brian Downing has just homered. And here's Alex Kramis out of the Brewer dugout. Brian Downing gets these White Sox fans on their feet. He got a hanging breaking ball from Travers on 3 and 2, and he hit it out of here. Travers leads. And Eddie Rodriguez, who had been throwing in the Brewer bullpen, will come on. Tough break for Travers. Downing stayed right with him. Got that 3-2 breaking ball up in the air, and he up around the letters. It was a high curveball, and he jumped all over it. So the White Sox are back on top, and the heavy rains are coming down. Big 2-run homer for Downing, his 4th home run of the year, and his first hit in the ball game. RBIs number 18 and 19 on the year. Eddie Rodriguez now making his way out of the center field gate. And he comes on here in the 7th inning.
Ed will be making his 29th appearance of the year. He has had 5 starts, has won 3 and lost 4. Has 1 save to his credit. His earned run average 4.75. He has worked 106 innings and has given up 56 earned runs for his 4.75 ERA. Has 80 strikeouts at 106 innings. So Ed comes out of the little Chevette and heads for the mound. He was absolutely superb in the windup of yesterday's ball game, striking out the last 2 batters. And the heavy shower continues to fall. And Mr. Shylock, the senior umpire of the group, keeps this ball game going. Of course, this is the final game of the series, the final meeting this year here. It is an official ball game, of course. They'll try to complete it because of the importance of this game. The White Sox have dropped the opener already 7-1, but have taken the lead in this one now, finally 4-3 on that home run by Downing. And Rodriguez, with 1 out, takes over for Bill Travers. The infield is going to be a little tough as the rain continues to fall here. It's going to get a little slippery, and Ed Rodriguez is having a problem right now getting the mud out of his cleats. Bill Travers in 6 1/3 innings gave up 4 runs, all earned. He gave up 6 hits, 2 walks and a strikeout, and 2 home runs. So Chicago has 4 runs and 6 hits, and the Brewers 3 runs and 6 hits. In the other ball games, Detroit leads Seattle 5-3 in the 7th. Toronto and California are 2-2 in the 6th. Cleveland and Oakland are 1-1 in the 7th. In the National League games, there's one night game. It's a 6 o'clock start. It'll be Houston at Philadelphia. So Rodriguez is set to go here in the top of the 7th inning.
And he will face Don Kessinger, a switch hitter, batting left-handed for the first time today. ball now. Eddie Rodriguez getting a little work done on his cleats out there. It's getting muddy around the dirt areas as the rains continue to fall. Now Eddie's all set to work. 1 out here in the 7th. 2 runs are in for the White Sox. And a big 2-run shot by Brian Downing. Don Kessinger from the left side, first pitch to him. Fastball low and inside. And the count's 1-0. Kessinger is flied to right, flied to left, and popped to the catcher. He's 0 for 3. The pitch to him, swing and a miss. El Cuchillo, Eddie Rodriguez. Ball 1 and strike 1 to Kessinger. The windup and the 1-1 delivery. Kessinger takes high and outside. 2 balls and a strike. The White Sox battling back in game 2. The Brewers had a 1-0 lead in the first. White Sox tied it in the 4th. Kessinger grounds one towards second. Diving stab. Sakata knocks it down. Throw is not in time. It'll be a base hit for Don Kessinger. He hit a shot on the ground that Sakata made a diving try for. He knocked the ball down. Tried to scramble quickly to his feet. It's getting muddy on the infield now. He made the throw to Cooper, but it was too late on Kessinger. After the White Sox tied the game in the 4th, the Brewers took the lead at 2-1 in the 4th inning. White Sox tied it in the 6th. The Brewers came back in the 6th inning to take the lead at 3-2. Runner goes, swinging a pop-up on the first base side. Cecil Cooper fights the raindrops to make the catch for out number 2. Here's Richie Zisk, the right fielder. Brewers had a 3-2 lead as we started the 7th, but the base hit by Nordhagen, stolen base, a wild pitch, put him at third base, and then Brian Downing hit one out of here. 2 men out, and Richie Zisk is flied to right field twice and walked. And Rodriguez wants a new baseball. Had pretty good rain falling now for about 20 minutes. The stretch and the pitch. Zisk looks low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Travers works 6 1/3 innings. Kessinger leads at first. The pitch to Zisk. Swing and a miss. Sidearm curve from Eddie. Ball 1 and strike 1. Travers charged with 4 runs, 6 hits, walked 2, struck out 1. Steve Renko is still on for Chicago. He has walked 1, struck out 7. The 1-1 delivery. Zisk hits a drive to center. Joshua cruising back. He's got plenty of room to make the catch, and he does for out number 3, and that retires the side. But the White Sox grab the lead. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors with 1 left. After 6 1/2, Chicago 4, Milwaukee 3 on the Brewer Radio Network.
We make it easy for you. Go Ozark. We make it easy for you.
When you're going places in the heartland of America, Ozark's nonstops and direct flights can really make it easy for you. And we never stop looking for ways to make it still easier. With expanded routes, more jets, more convenient schedules, and a wide range of money-saving fares. Call Ozark or your professional travel advisor and, take it easy.
When you want to get there in a hurry and in comfort and without a care, chances are that Ozark is the airline with the schedule to get you there. So Ozark.
by the airline the Brewers fly, Ozark Airlines.
Crew doing a little work around the mound area and the home plate area. Rain slackened off a bit now. It's a very, very light shower falling. As we start the Brewers' 7th inning, Steve Renko will face Len Cicada, Larry Haney, and then Von Joshua. Trail by 1 at 4-3 as they close out the homestand today against Chicago. Brewers travel on to Texas tonight, meeting the Texas Rangers on Monday and Tuesday before returning back to County Stadium to face the Kansas City Royals in a 2-game series. Then it's on to Chicago for the weekend against the same Chicago White Sox. Here's Len Cicada leading off the 7th. Steve Renko is ready. Here's the pitch to Cicada. He bluffed a bunt. He took a strike 0-1. One strike to the Brewers' second baseman. The windup by Renko, the pitch. Low and outside, overhand curve, and it's 1-1. Ball 1 and strike 1. The Brewers will have to battle back now. The pitch to Cicada, check swing grounder, first base side, past Frank Howard, foul territory. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Ball 1 and strike 2. Big right-hander, Steve Renko. The sign from Downing, here's the pitch to Cicada. Swing and a miss. And he struck him out on a bad breaking ball. Down low and away. Second time that Cicada is down on strikes. And that's number 8 for Renko. Jamie Quirk will come on the bat for Larry Haney. Jamie Quirk, a left-handed batter, to face the right-hander Steve Renko. The White Sox 4, the Brewers 3. Brewers had a chance for a doubleheader sweep and nailed the White Sox in the first game 7-1. They still got a couple of more shots at the White Sox. 2 more big innings to go following the 7th. Why not Jamie Quirk pop one out of here and tie this baby? Frank Charles and the Go Brewer Go chant. Trying to get something going here. Steve Renko waits for Jamie to get his toe hold in the batter's box. Now we're all set to go. The windup and the pitch to Quirk. Changeup hangs outside. Better portion of the crowd has moved under the upper deck area, getting out of the rain showers that have lightened up now. Here's the 1-0 to Quirk. Here's a drive. It's the right field, but it's going to hook foul and out of play. Enough distance, but he hooked it foul. Ball 1 and strike 1 to Jamie Quirk. A little too quick on the trigger. Renko, the sign from Brian Downing. Pitch to Jamie. Bouncer, first base side. Spencer's got it. He steps in the bag for out number 2. Brings up the leadoff batter, Von Joshua. Joshua's 2 for 3. Home homered back in the first. Single to center in the third. Fouled to the third baseman in the fifth. The home run back in the first for Joshua is 7th of the year. Renko ready. Here's the pitch to Vaughn. Low and outside for a ball. Detroit leads Seattle 5-3 in the sixth. Toronto and California tied 2-2 in the fifth inning. Cleveland 2, Oakland 1 after 8. 1 ball, no strikes. Renko, the rocking motion, the pitch to Joshua. He missed with a changeup down low and away, and it's 2-0. Houston and Philadelphia getting ready in Philadelphia. Outside to Joshua. Lemongello will pitch for Houston against Steve Carlton, who will be after his 18th win of the year for Philadelphia. Phillies are red hot. 3-0 to Joshua, and Renko's in with a strike, 3-1. Well, we've got some other groups today at County Stadium. Goodman Brewer Boosters from Goodman, Holiday Inn from Wawika, I believe it is. Here's the pitch to Joshua. Fouled out of play, and it's 3-2. Forest Avenue Neighborhood Association of Fox Lake. Brewer Boosters from Kenosha, Alice Chalmers. Watertown Young People's Society, Eddie's Bar from Hamburg. Beloit Turner High School. Sunstrand Aviation from Rockford. Maloney's Tavern from Chicago. Echo Tavern from Madison. Time is called. Joshua wants to clean his spikes. Country Air Bar from Stratford. Germany Club from Freeport, Illinois, and the Up North Pub from Waukegan. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Joshua. Renko ready. Here's the pitch. High and outside, and Joshua's on. He's a tying run. It's only the second walk-off, Renko. He walked Don Money leading off the Brewer 4th inning, and Money scored. Here's Jimmy Wolford. Wolford is 0 for 3 in game 2. He had a pair of base hits and 4 tries in the first game, including a home run. The pitch to Wolford. Here's a fly ball hit toward right center. Chet Lemon misjudged the ball. Going back, he made the catch. Why, I want to tell you, that guy's a thrill a minute in center field. He misjudged that fly ball from the bat of Wolford. He came in on the ball. He's got outstanding speed under that. With a quick burst going back, he made an over-the-shoulder catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits with 1 left. After 7, Chicago 4, Milwaukee 3 on the Brewer Radio Network.
When you're driving down the road and you're leaning on a curve and your car's moving smooth and it shows a lot of nerve, it's the Monza.
The Monza, a little road magic from Chevrolet. Chevy Monza Coupe or 2+2 hatchback. 2 different looks for people who think driving is still America's greatest outdoor sport.
When you're kicking up dust and you're shifting down the third, making real road magic, now it's time to spread the word. It's the Monza.
Available equipment includes 5-liter V8, Chevy F41 sports suspension, 5-speed stick or turbo hydromatic, sports steering wheel, and a lot more. The Monzas by Chevrolet. A little road magic from the people who know performance. Chevrolet.
Making real road magic, now it's time to spread the word. It's a Monza.
The 7-inning totals for Chicago: 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. For Milwaukee, 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. The big 2-run homer by Brian Downing in the top half of the 7th put the White Sox in front. Charlie Moore has come on to catch now in place of Larry Haney. We go to the top half of the 8th inning. And back to call the action. Here's Merle.
Thank you, Bob. When we resume play, Lamar Johnson will be leading off. I say resume play because they brought some more the chemical compound out to the mound and to the home plate area, trying to dry those areas up. Very light showers falling at this time. And Ed Rodriguez, now taking his warm-up pitches, will be facing Johnson, Soderholm, and Lemon in the White Sox half of the eighth. And Chicago leads 7-3 after the Brewers won the first game. Check that, 4-3 after the Brewers won the first game 7-1. Got it? Brewers won the first game 7-1. White Sox leading this one 4-3 in the top of the eighth. Lamar Johnson hammered a home run in the sixth. 1 for 3 in this game. He has 15 round trippers and 48 runs batted in for the year. Ed Rodriguez, who relieved in the seventh, goes into the windup, and in comes the pitch to Lamar Johnson. Popped up outside of first and over the first base dugout. Strike one. Cleveland leads Oakland 2-1 in the ninth. Nothing and 1 to Johnson. The White Sox took the lead in the seventh on a shot by Downing with a man on that knocked Bill Travers out of the ball game. Now Lamar Johnson drills one foul down the left field line. So it's 0-2. The White Sox are wearing their all dark blue, very dark blue uniform again today. The old-time lettering style, that is. Here's the 0-2 pitch for Rodriguez. Ground ball headed for right, but cut off by Cecil Cooper. He throws to Rodriguez covering for the out. One gone to the eighth inning. Here comes Eric Soderholm, who twice has flied to center. The other time up, he walked. Kansas City beat Boston 6-4. Minnesota down Baltimore 9-5. New York plays at Texas tonight. Rodriguez working to Soderholm, the right-handed batting third baseman. Here comes the pitch. Eric looks at a strike around the knees. 0-1. No balls, one strike. Here's the next offering. Outside a ball. One ball and one strike to Soderholm. The target is up by Moore. Here's the next delivery, and it's inside for a ball. The rain is getting heavier now. 2 balls, a strike. Eddie pumps and throws, and Soderholm looks at a ball outside, and it's 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Soderholm takes ball 4, low and outside. So he's on for the second time by a walk, and now Chet Lemon. Lemon a single twice and line to center. Bill Travers went 6 1/3. He gave up 4 runs, 6 hits, walked 2, and struck out 1. Cocks the bat high, waits. Here's the pitch. He tried to bunt it, and he fouled it off. Strike 1. This looks like it'll be a good time to bunt. That grass on the infield has got to really be slick now. And Lemon has the good speed. No balls, one strike. Cooper guards the inside of the bag to the base runner, Eric Soderholm. Here's the pitch, swung on, popped up. Outside of third, Bando after the ball along with Moore, and Bando makes the catch right with the dugout. And the runner at first hole, Sal, is limping rather heavily. And it was very noticeable when he was going after that ball. He's had a severely bruised heel that he's been playing on for almost 2 months. But he really had trouble getting over there to that ball. And Moore was going after it. Just at the last minute, Bando shot that glove out and pulled her in. Nordhagen was due to bat, but he's been called back to the dugout. He had singled in the 7th and scored ahead of Downing on the home run. 1 for 3, but Bob Lemon apparently wants a left-handed batter up. Nice to hear from Ron Davis, a Brewer fan down in Racine. Congratulates Bob on his birthday and says, I'll send him a cake. I'll mail it on August 7th. Do you have the cake yet? Bob doesn't have the cake yet. Mailed in August, it ought to be a good one by the time you get it. Ought to be nice and dry. Oscar Gamble is coming out to bat for Nordhagen. There are 2 down in the Chicago 8th, and the White Sox lead the Brewers 4-3. Ed Rodriguez is taking some warm-up pitches with Charlie Moore. While Gamble gets already coming out, getting all dried off. Trying to get the bat handle dried off. In the first game, Gamble went 0 for 4. He has 25 homers, 59 runs batted in, and entered the doubleheader hitting at .278. Two down and 1 on for Chicago in the 8th inning. Soderholm walked. Rodriguez is ready to face Oscar Gamble. Eddie looks down, is ready. Soderholm a short lead at first. Tough going on the base pass now also. The dirt part of the infield is very muddy. Here's the pitch to Gamble. It's outside, ball 1. No balls and a strike. Inside of the bag, guarded by Cooper at first. Here's the next pitch to Gamble. It's outside. Two balls to no strikes. And Rodriguez comes out at the belt. Here's the next pitch. Strike over the outside corner, 2-1. Well, Laurie Lukes and the gang from St. Stephen's United Church of Christ in Merrill were here yesterday for a tailgate party and all had a good time, especially the Brewer win. Here's the pitch, and Gamble takes a strike. A good pitch, better than the other one, really. So it's 2-2. Station identification coming up shortly. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gamble. White Sox leading 4-3. The Brewers won the first game 7-1. Eddie taking quite a lot of time working to Gamble. Here's the 2-2 pitch, way outside the ball. Full count. Three balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch for the runner at first going. Bouncing ball, tapped to third. Tough play for Bando. He's got it. A quick throw. Safe. Gamble beat it out. The throw pulled Cooper off the bag, but Gamble would have been safe anyway. That ball's going to be tough to grip now, especially if it hits on the infield grass or even the mud, because it's getting very, very heavy. Now Alex Gramis is coming out of the dugout with Spencer coming up. He's got McClure in the bullpen, a left-hander. So a base hit for Gamble in the infield. Soderholm holding at second. And we'll take 10 seconds here for station identification. You're on the Brewer Radio Network.
5 to 8 weeknights on WTMJ, Milwaukee.
with you at County Stadium in Milwaukee. Bob McClure is coming on the pitch as Rodriguez checks out of the ball game, and he will leave runners at first and second. And McClure becomes the third pitcher of this ball game for the Brewers. Rodriguez came on in the 7th inning, and now McClure here in the 8th. And they're bringing more compound out to the mound, and they're going to spread some around in front of the mound. It's been raining here for the last 2 or 3 innings, and it's going to be getting tougher and tougher. Gar is going to run for Gamble. He'll go to first, and no doubt then to left field to replace Gamble, who replaced Nordhagen successfully with an infield hit. So Bob McClure jumps in the little Chevette and is on his way into the ball game.
Bob McClure making his 57th appearance of the year for Milwaukee. He has won 2 and lost 1. He has an earned run average of 2.38 with 5 saves to his credit. 64-plus innings pitched, given up 50 hits, 21 runs, 17 earned, 2 home runs, walked 30, struck out 51. Coming on now in the 8th inning. The White Sox leading by a score of 4-3, trying to gain a split in the doubleheader. Minnesota has beaten Baltimore 9-5 today. Kansas City has topped Boston 6-4. The Royals started today's action a half a game in front of Chicago and Texas. Chicago was a percentage point in second place in front of the third place Texas Rangers. Minnesota a game behind. Only 1 game separating the top 4 clubs in this red-hot Western Division. So Bob McClure is on now in the 8th inning.
Well, Bob McClure is digging the mud out of his cleats as he gets ready to take his warm-up pitches. And umpire Joe Brinkman goes out to the mound to see if he can do anything to assist, which would be nothing more than to say, a little muddy out here, isn't it, Bob? That's about it. The Lewis Alice Company employees had their 8th annual tailgate party, 8th annual get-together, and tailgate, 8th annual tailgate party here at County Stadium on Friday night. Arlene Walters of the Production Control Department and her group, and they all had a good time. You always have a good time at County Stadium, especially the tailgaters. Get together with the neighborhood, or a group from the church, civic club, or whatever. And there's still some ball games to go, like the one Wednesday night when the Kansas City Royals will be here, led by John Mayberry and little Freddie Patek, and of course Darrell Porter and Jim Colbert. They'll all be here on Wednesday night to take on the Brewers in the first of a 2-game series. And it'll be Brookfield night. We're looking for all you good Brewer baseball fans in Brookfield to be here and be part of the excitement that we'll find some way to create on Wednesday night, right? Yeah, get the people from the neighborhood out there. So Bob McClure is finishing his warm-up pitches, and the first batter to face him is going to be Jim Spencer. Spencer is 0 for 3 in this game. All right, 2 down, and here we go. Nice to hear from Ken Place of Milwaukee. Good Brewer fan. Talking about some of the stats that we give and the comparisons and so forth. Says here's hoping for a strong Brewer finish. I'm with you, Kenny. Okay, here we go. Sutter home in second. At first base is Ralph Garr running for Gamble. Here comes the pitch to Spencer. Strike 1 call to the inside corner, 0-1. So Garr at first, Sutter home at second. McClure, the left-hander, holding at the belt. Delivers. Spencer takes a fastball up high. And it's a ball to strike. The White Sox took the lead in the 7th on a 2-run homer by Brian Downing. The last batter that Billy Travers faced. McClure trying to close it out here in the 8th with the White Sox leading 4-3. Delivers to Spencer. There's a tapper. It's going to be trouble, and Cooper vacates first, fielded by Sakata, no play. Cooper went after the ball, then suddenly broke back. Bob McClure tried to field that ball. It went by him. Sakata came charging in, and so the White Sox have the bases loaded, and Alex Grammas makes another trip to the mound. Spencer is on with an infield hit, a little tapper. It's really tough on the infield now. Any ball that's hit, it's very slick. And it's tough to get started on the dirt part of the infield. Bill Castro will be called out of the bullpen to face Brian Downing, who clubbed a 2-run homer in the 7th. So another pitching change coming up as McClure faces one batter.
Right-hander Bill Castro will make his 43rd appearance of the year. 8 wins against 6 losses. His earned run average, a hefty 5.14, with 12 saves, 56 innings. Castro has allowed 69 hits, 34 runs, of which 32 were earned. He has given up 7 home runs, walked 17, and struck out 21. Detroit at Seattle now in the 8th inning. The Tigers still leading 5-3. California beat the Toronto Blue Jays by a score of 3-2. Frank Tanana, the winner in that ball game. New York plays at Texas later on this evening. The rest of the action has been completed in the American League. Kansas City 6-4 over Boston. As I said, California 3, Toronto 2. Minnesota came from behind to beat Baltimore 9-5, and Cleveland stopped Oakland 4-1. In the National League, 5-1 Cincinnati over the Mets, a sweep of the series in New York. San Francisco 5-4 over Pittsburgh. The Padres shut out the Cardinals 7-0, and the Dodgers beat the Cubbies today 5-1. Houston at Philadelphia, just getting underway. Lemon Jello against Steve Carlton.
Bill Castro goes through the same ritual that all the other pitchers have had to go through. He's got to dig the mud out of his cleats. White Sox are batting here in the top of the 8th. Have the bases loaded. They beat the Brewers in this game 9-6. Got a good Brewer fan down in Highland, Indiana, Drew Sobek, who follows the Brewers. He says he became a Brewer fan 3 years ago. Listens to all the games on our network affiliate, WTMJ. Says he attends every ball game the Brewers have played in Chicago for the last 3 years. He just lives 25 miles from Comiskey Park down in Highland, Indiana. Glad to have you aboard, Drew. Well, now Castro gets ready to face Downing. It's almost stopped raining. This is Castro's first appearance in the series. The White Sox are the bases loaded. Johnson opened the inning by grounding out, then Soderholm walked. Lemon fouled out to third. But then Gamble batting for Nordhagen got an infield hit. Rodriguez left the game. McClure came in, faced Spencer. He got an infield hit to first. Now Downing is on. So 2 down and 3 on. Okay, here we go. 2 down and the bases loaded. Brian Downing, who crashed a 2-run homer to put the White Sox to the lead in the 7th inning. 4-3 is now up with the bases loaded in the top of the 8th, and Bill Castro is set to face him. Runners lead at first, second, and third. The wind, the pitch. Ball a bit outside, 1-0. Sutter home at third. Gar running for Gamble is at second. Spencer is on first. Spencer's only had 2 hits in this series. 2 out of 14. There's a ground ball to third. Bad hop. It almost took Bando's head off going into left field. 2 runs are scoring. And the throw comes to third. In fact, it did knock his cap off. So 2 runs score. The White Sox lead 6-3. That ball hit at Bando on the last hop. Took a bad hop and almost nailed him right in the forehead. He lost his cap, and 2 runs scored. Sutter home from third, Gar from second, and the White Sox have a 3-run lead in the 8th inning. Of the batter will be Don Kessinger, the switch hitter batting left-handed. He had a base hit in the 7th, is 1 for 4 in his debut in the American League. So 2 more RBIs for Downing and 4 for the game on that single to left. Castro delivers. Kessinger cuts and fouls it back, strike 1. Spencer held at second. That was the 10th hit of the ball game for Chicago. Both runs are charged to Rodriguez. Charlie Moore sets a target. Castro to the belt. Comes down with a pitch. Kessinger looks at the ball outside, and it's 1-1. Good to hear from Leo Keegan of Richland Center, Wisconsin. An ex-teacher now retired. He always brought busloads of students to the ball games. Now follows the Brewers by radio. Here's the pitch inside to Kessinger. Now all I do is go fishing, golfing, and listening to the ball games. That sounds like a pretty good deal. Nice to hear from you, Leo, and good luck to you in your retirement. 2 balls to strike. Castro throws, and Kessinger takes the ball outside. It's 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike. We're in the 8th, and the White Sox lead it 6-3. Castro holds and throws, and Kessinger takes outside. The bases are loaded. Now Spencer goes on to third, Downing down to second, and Kessinger on first, and here comes Bannister, who is 1 for 4. He singled and scored in the 4th inning. Two down and 3 on. A bad hop single by Brian Downing has been the big blow of this inning. And it was Downing who slugged a home run in the 7th with a man on to get the White Sox their first lead in this game. The Brewers went on top 1-0 in the 1st. White Sox tied it in the 4th. The Brewers had 2-1 in the 4th. White Sox tied in the 6th. The Brewers had 3-2 in the 6th, and the White Sox scored and took the lead in the 7th. Here's a pop-up by Bannister outside of first. Under it is Cecil Cooper, and he's got it. And the White Sox send 8 men to the plate to score 2 runs here in the 8th inning. They get the 2 runs on 3 base hits, and they left 2 men aboard. After 7.5, Chicago 6, Milwaukee 3 on the Brewer Radio Network.
I had the filler-up blues over all the gas I used. Frustration blinded me till a spark plug helped me see. You know, the fresher your plugs, all the better your mileage, and the more you like driving, and the more you'll be smiling. All you gotta do is say, fill her up, fill her up, fill her up with champions. Pull out the old, plug in the new, fill her up with champions. Fill her up, fill her up, fill her up with champions. Pull out the old, plug in the new, fill her up with champions. I said, fill her up with champions. You gotta fill her up.
Lemon and the White Sox have a 6-3 lead now in the 8th inning, and Laren LeGros has come out of the bullpen to take over for Steve Brinko, who leaves with a 6-3 lead in his debut in the American League. He worked 7 innings and allowed 3 runs and 6 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 8. So LeGros is on in the bottom of the 8th inning, and LeGros is making his 53rd appearance of the year. He's been the number 1 bullpen guy for the White Sox. He has won 6, lost 2, and saved 18 ball games with a 2.78 earned run average. He's worked 77 2/3 innings and has allowed 24 earned runs. In the 77 2/3 innings, he has struck out 51 and has been nailed for 8 home runs. So LeGros is on, and Ralph Garr is now in left field. He ran for Gamble, who batted for Nordhagen. So LeGros is warmed up and ready to go, and Cecil Cooper will lead off for the Brewers. The Brewers trail by 3. Come on, Coop, let's get an inning started. Get a couple of guys on and have somebody nail one. Cooper singled in the first. He struck out of the 3rd and again in the 6th. Here we go. LeGros to the windup. Here's the pitch to Cooper. High fastball. High and away. 1 ball, no strikes. LeGros throws. Cooper cuts and misses. Nice to hear from David Farrell from Boscobel, Wisconsin, a good Brewer fan. And the 1-1 pitch, fly ball into left center field. Chet Lemon starts in, now goes back. He starts in on everything, makes the catch. 1 down. Don Money is next. Fouled out in the first inning. He walked and scored in the 4th, and he doubled and scored in the 6th. We'll be on the air from Texas tomorrow night at 7:10 Central Time with the pregame shows. And right back here at County Stadium on Wednesday night against the Kansas City Royals. Only a 2-game series, though. Here's a ball inside. It's a short midweek homestand. Kansas City here Wednesday night and Thursday night. There's a swing and a foul upstairs. Then the Brewers go to Chicago for the weekend. 1 ball and 1 strike is Money foul. The next pitch back. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. LeGros kicks and throws a breaking ball over a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 6 runs, 10 hits for Chicago, 3 runs and 6 hits for the Brewers. LeGros pumps down, comes the pitch. Missed outside with a hard slider. Ball 2 and strike 2. Cleveland beat Oakland 4-1. And Detroit dumped Seattle 5-4. California won over Toronto. Here's a strike called around the knees, and Money is out. Now with 2 down, the batter will be Sal Bando. The Brewers won the opening game 7-1 and led in this game all the way to the 7th inning. To Bando, swinging strike, and it's 0-1. Sal 1 out of 3 in this one, and 2 for 7 in the doubleheader. 0-1 pitch, foul, back out of play, off to the right. 0-2. Kansas City and Minnesota won today in the Western Division. Should be a great series here, a quickie with the Royals. And the 0-2 pitch to Bando is outside. One ball and 2 strikes. Laren LeGros winds and throws. Bando fouls it back. That is still 1-2. Larry Sorensen opens the Texas series tomorrow night against Bert Blyleven. Then Mike Caldwell goes on Tuesday night, and Jim Slayton will pitch against the Royals here on Wednesday night, and Augustine on Thursday night. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bando. 2 down, nobody on, bottom of the 8th. LeGros pitch, swung on, foul back upstairs. 1-2. Ed Kirkpatrick will bat next if Bando gets aboard. Kirkpatrick, the newest Brewer, who checked in today at noon, has knocked in 2 runs in this game. 1-2 pitch to Bando, and he got hit. And he got hit in the left hand, it looks like. He's really jumping around. Here's Alex Gramis and Kurt Rayer coming out. Bando, maybe it hit him in the right hand. Apparently it did. Kurt's examining the right hand. It might have been a glancing blow off the left arm and right into the fingers on the right hand. And Sal is going into first, hit by a pitch. So Bando's going to stay aboard. And Kirkpatrick will be up. He is 1 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. After the White Sox had tied the game 1-1 in the top of the 4th inning, Kirkpatrick drove in his first run as a Brewer to put Milwaukee on top 2-1 at the bottom of the 4th. Then after the White Sox tied the game in the top of the 6th, Kirkpatrick came back to get his second RBI on a fielder's choice and put the Brewers at 3-2. But then Brian Downing connected for a 2-run homer in the 7th. To shove Chicago in front, and the White Sox have led since that time. LeGros working now to Ed Kirkpatrick. Strike 1 called to the knees. Bando is exercising the fingers, trying to get the feel back in. LeGros comes set at the belt, and the pitch. Strike around the knees, 0-2. Kirkpatrick would like to have that one back. No balls, 2 strikes. The outfield plays him to pull the ball to the right. Big gap in left center. Boy, what a hole in left center. Kirkpatrick with a slightly open stance. LeGros throws outside a ball, trying to get him to chase a fastball. He wouldn't do it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 8th, second game. Brewers won the opener 7-1 on a beautiful pitching performance by Moose Haas, who fired a 3-hitter. 1-2 pitch to Kirkpatrick. Foul back this way off to the left. The only run for the White Sox came in the 8th inning of the opener on a home run by Chet Lemon. Haas going all the way for the second time this year against the White Sox for a victory. Won his 9th game of the year, gave up 1 run, 3 hits, walked only 2, and struck out 4. 1 ball, 2 strikes. LeGros comes set at the belt. Here's the pitch to Kirkpatrick, and he fouled another one back. This one into the net. Still 1-2. The Brewers had a 6-run 4th in the opening game. Jim Walford had put Milwaukee ahead 1-0 with a home run in the 3rd of starting and losing pitcher Ken Craving. And then the Brewers really nailed him in the 4th inning for 6 runs, including a 2-run homer by Ken McMullen. Here's the pitch. A ball outside to Kirkpatrick, and it's all level at 2-2 to Eddie. Two balls, 2 strikes. Sixto Lascano is still on the disabled list. He's in uniform. Beg your pardon, he is not on the disabled list. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Down low ball. He cannot bat. He can't run. He can be used as a pinch hitter. Pinch runner. And Alex has said that he'll use him anytime as a pinch runner, but he still can't. He's still got that little half cast on the left hand. He throws batting practice. Runner at first will go with a pitch. Bando takes off. 3-2 delivery. A swing and a miss. Strike 3. And so here in the 8th inning, Kirkpatrick ends it with a strikeout, and it's no runs, no hits, and 1 left on. After 8 complete, it is Chicago 6, Milwaukee 3 on the Brewer Radio Network.
I find it hard to believe that just walking would be good exercise, but it's true.
We tried other fitness programs before, but we'd overdo it and get sore and quit. Then a friend suggested that we try walking 15 minutes a day.
And now we're up to a half hour a day. We jog and we even ride our bikes now. We really like it.
No matter what you like to do, be smart. Start slowly and stay with it. In the long run, you'll be the winner. For more, write President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports, Washington, D.C.
Get in the Major League with your credit union.
They will pitch right in and help you with any financial request. They will help you be a winner. Now that's teamwork at its best. So stop in soon. We'd like to show you how to get in there and be a part of the Major League with your credit union.
In the ninth inning, the White Sox will send up Zisk, Johnson, and Soderholm against Bill Castro. Castro is a fourth pitcher to work for the Brewers, coming on in the bottom of the eighth inning. $27,969 today for the doubleheader, despite the threatening weather. And rain this morning, and rain during the second game, but none during the opener. We had sunshine in the early innings of the second game. I believe the rain has stopped completely now. We had rather heavy showers, then light showers. Now I think it's moved down to the area once again. Richie Zisk, leading off of the ninth, is 0 for 3, and 0 for 6 for the doubleheader. The wind, the pitch. Ball one. Somewhere. 1 ball, no strikes. Castro pumps the arm back. Here's the pitch. Popped up on the third base side in the short left field, and going back is Robin Yount, and he makes the catch. 1 out. Zisk hit a home run in the Friday night ball game, but has done very little since then. He had 3 hits in the ball game yesterday, but no damage done, as Jerry Augustine won the ball game 4-2. And so Zisk is hitless in the doubleheader today. Here's Lamar Johnson, who hit a home run in the 6th. There's 1 out of 4. Castro throws a strike to the outside corner. 0-1. White Sox have 6 runs and 10 hits, and the Brewers 3 runs and 6 hits. The outfield is well to the left for Johnson. Now the target goes up by Haney, or rather Moore. Here's the ball low inside, a sinking fastball. Larry Haney started this ball game and went out for a pinch hitter, Jamie Quirk, back in the 7th inning, and then Charlie Moore came on to do the catching. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball past the mound to second. Sakata digs it and throws to first. 2 gone. Now Eric Soderholm, the third baseman, who twice has flied to center. The other 2 times he walked, and the sun is popping through the clouds again as the little showers moved out of the area. Chicago leads by 3 in the 9th. Castro okays the sign. He pumps. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball foul. Third base side of the dugout. He got jammed with a sinking fastball. 0-1. You're looking at the bottom of the 9th inning. Robin Yount, Lynn Sakata, and Charlie Moore are scheduled to be batting there in the bottom of the 9th. Castro kicks. Down comes the pitch. Swung on, popped up outside of first. Going after it, Cecil Cooper by the dugout. He makes the catch, and that'll do it. A 1-2-3 Chicago 9th inning. Now after 8.5, it's Chicago 6, Milwaukee 3 on the Brewer Radio Network.
Get your prettiest color ideas from Mort. Mort has the paint for any job you do, and Mort makes it better to make it easier for you. Mort makes it better to make it easier for you.
inning, the Brewers will have Robin Yount leading off. Against Larry LeGros, who came on to pitch in the bottom of the 8th inning. Steve Brinko, in his American League debut, went 7, allowed 3 runs, 6 hits. LeGros in the 8th inning hit Bando, and otherwise, well, he had 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to left. Yount is 0 for 3 in this game and 0 for 6 in the doubleheader. He had an RBI in the first game on a sacrifice fly. Here's the windup. Down comes the pitch. Yount was going to bunt, took it high for a ball. The target goes up by Downing. In comes the next pitch. Robin takes a fastball for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody on or out of the bottom of the 9th inning. LeGros pitch drilled to right field, a base hit. That breaks an 0 for 10 for Robin. Well, that'll get him going again. So the Brewers have a base runner, and that's the first hit off LeGros in the 7th of the game for the Brewers. And Lynn Sakata is up, and he is 0 for 3. And 0 for 7 on the doubleheader. Yount on first. The stretch, the pitch. Strike, fastball to the knees. Sakata's been riding a little slump. The check at first base. Here's the pitch to Lenny, swinging a ground ball to the mound, knocked down and picked up then by LeGros, and he throws to first, and Yount goes to second. So 1-3 on the play there, and Charlie Moore will be up for the first time in this game. In the opener today, Charlie was 2 out of 3. Entered the doubleheader hitting .235, 3 home runs, and 34 runs batted in. Yount at second, 1 out. White Sox lead 6-3. Last of the 9th, the Brewers won the opener 7-1 behind Moose Haas in a fine 3-hit performance. LeGros is set with a check of Yount. Here's the pitch to Moore, a strike around the knees. LeGros has done he's done an amazing turnaround, I guess. He knocked around with the Tigers for several years and became a bullpen guy for the White Sox and has done a super job for him. Here's a foul ball, breaking stuff. Ball going into the upper deck off of the first base side. That is 0-2 to Moore. The White Sox are on top by 3. We're in the last half of the 9th inning of the second game. It's been quite a series. White Sox won Friday night. The Brewers came back to get them yesterday and win the opener today and led in this one until the 7th. Now they're trying to battle back in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Moore, and he misses outside. LeGros does, and low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Von Joshua to be up next. Come on, Charlie, get aboard. Josh has 1 home run in this game. He got it back in the first inning. Here comes the pitch to Moore, and it's low and outside. Ball 2 and strike 2. Houston and Philadelphia are underway, and they've played 1 inning. Enos Cabell had a home run for Houston in the first inning to give the Astros a quick lead. Here's the pitch to Moore, swinging a fly ball to right field. Zisk comes up, moves along the line, makes the catch, and there are 2 down. Here's Joshua. He's 2 out of 3 today, with a home run in the first and a single in the third. Has 7 home runs now for the year and 42 runs batted in. Left-handed batting, Von Joshua is up. Yount at second, 2 down. Joshua cocks the bat and waits. Here's the pitch. LeGros wheels a fastball in there high for a ball. His 7th home run today ties him for his high mark of the major leagues with the Giants in 1975. He had 7 when he batted .318. The 1-0 pitch. Strike around the knees, 1-1. We'll be in Texas tomorrow night and Tuesday night, but right back here Wednesday night and Thursday night against Kansas City, and then to Chicago for the weekend. So only 2 games here next week. He on the lead at second. Here's the pitch. Josh fouled it back, and it's 1-2. We'll have all the scores for you on the postgame show. Now we have lots of sunshine here in Milwaukee. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Target is set by Downing, and LeGros delivers. Swing and a miss, and the ball game is over. So it's a split for the doubleheader and a split for the series as LeGros stops the Brewers after coming on to the 8th inning and records his 3rd strikeout and getting Joshua to end the ball game. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Final score: Chicago 6, Milwaukee 3. And the season series now is also even, 4-4. So the White Sox are winners, and we'll be back with a summary after this message on the Brewer Radio Network.
I love my grandma. I love my Grandma Groff.
Once you taste Grandma Groff's drink mixes, you just can't help saying, I love my grandma. Because Grandma Groff's drink mixes come in a variety of luscious old-fashioned flavors, including lemonade, cherry, orange, grape, strawberry, and punch. Look for the grandma your whole family's gonna love. Grandma Groff's old-fashioned flavor drink mixes.
I love my grandma. I love my Grandma Groff.
On-Decker beer. You may not think a beer this expensive could be worth the extra money, but you will. On-Decker. Costly ingredients, patient aging. You don't know what a difference that makes, but you will. On-Decker. The most expensive taste in beer. If you're not drinking it now, you will.
The doubleheader winds up as an even split. The Brewers won the opening game by a score of 7-1 behind Moose Haas. The Brewers led in this game until the top of the 8th inning, top of the 7th inning, when the White Sox got 2 runs to move in front, and the White Sox then went on to win it. Steve Brinko picks up his first win of the American League and his 3rd for the season. He is 3-2 overall. Larry LeGros is 19th save. Bill Travers takes the loss. He is 4-7 for the year. Lamar Johnson hit a solo home run in the 6th. Brian Downing a 2-run blast in the 7th for Chicago. And Bon Joshua hammered a home run in the 1st inning for the Brewers against Rinko. The Brewers went out in front 1-0. Chicago tied the game in the 4th. Ed Kirkpatrick got his first RBI as a Brewer in the bottom of the 4th with a single to knock in a tie-breaking run, put the Brewers ahead 2-1. And then in the 6th, Johnson hit the home run. Brewers came right back. Kirkpatrick got another RBI and a fielder's choice. Money had doubled, and he wound up scoring. And then came the 7th inning and a 2-run homer by Downing. And then the White Sox finished it up as Downing knocked in 2 runs with a single of the 9th. So it's 6 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error for Chicago with 6 left on. The Brewers had 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 7 left aboard. The winner is Rinko, and the loser is Travers. And 27,969 looked on at County Stadium for the doubleheader. This broadcast authorized under rights granted to WTMJ Incorporated by the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club and was intended solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club is prohibited. Your announcers are retained by WTMJ Incorporated with the approval of the Milwaukee Brewers. We'll see you from Texas tomorrow night, 7:10 airtime for the first game of that short 2-game series. Then right back here at County Stadium Wednesday night and Thursday night against the Kansas City Royals. So plan to be with us those 2 nights. We'll have 2 home games this next week. Now this is Merle Harmon with Bob Uecker and Todd Betcher inviting you to stay tuned for the post-game show coming up next on the Brewer Radio Network.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball on WTMJ Radio has been brought to you by Mott's Paint. Mott's makes it better to make it easier for you. By Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. Since 1844, the quality has always come through. By Chevrolet. Like baseball, hot dogs, and apple pie, Chevy is an American favorite. Test drive America's largest family of small cars. Nobody has a lineup like Chevy. By Champion Spark Plugs. Champion reminds you, the fresher your plugs, the better your mileage and performance. So fill her up with Champions. By Alice Chalmers. By your Wisconsin Credit Union. By Oscar Mayer. By Wisconsin MasterCard. By Ozark Airlines. And by Groff's Beverages.
Hi there, sports fans. It is I, Albert the Alley Cat, and I can personally attest that I have actually seen Earl Gillespie sometimes work for a living. Now, Earl is our very own lovable TV6 sports director, and how he does work. Oh, the strain on Earl's poor hands as he was hauling in those big lake trout on his last Earl Goes Fishing show. Poor guy, he's got to do it again on September 1st. And oh, how he sweats out those Packer pre-game shows before all of this year's TV6 Packer games from the 50-yard line. And when he's not making nasty remarks to yours truly on the TV6 News at 6 and 10, he's working the Linneman concession on the Champion Team show every Monday night at 6:30. What a soft touch. Whatever the sport, you can count on Earl Gillespie and TV6 to take you there.
Count on TV6 to take you there.
Merle Herman with you once again from County Stadium in Milwaukee, where the Brewers and the White Sox have split a doubleheader, with the Brewers winning the opener by a score of 7-1. As Moose Haas pitched a masterful 3-hitter, had a shutout going with 1 out of the 8th when Chet limited his 17th home run of the year. And then Moose went on to close it out while the Brewers were supporting him with lots and lots of runs in the 4th inning. In fact, they scored 6 to chase the starter and loser, Ken Cravey. Jim Walford hit his second home run of the year in the 3rd inning to drive in his 35th run of the season. And then Kenny McMullen came up in that 6-run 4th and whacked a 2-run homer. And the Brewers then coasted to the 7-1 win. In the second game, the Brewers scored in the 1st inning on a home run by Joshua, and then the White Sox tied it in the 4th. The Brewers took the lead in the bottom of the 4th inning as Ed Kirkpatrick knocked in his first run as a Brewer. White Sox then tied it in the 6th on a home run by Lamar Johnson, and then the Brewers came back to go ahead 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th on Kirkpatrick's second RBI. Then the White Sox knocked Billy Travers out of the ball game in the 7th with a 2-run homer by Brian Downing to jump in front, and they held the lead the rest of the way. Steve Rinko, the winner in the second game, and Bill Travers, the loser. Moose Haas, the winner in the opener, and Ken Cravey, the loser. We'll be back with a look at the National and American League scores after this message on the Brewer Radio Network.